Ahem. Ahem. Is this thing on? What's going on, everybody? Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. What's going on? Happy Monday. How are you doing? How was your weekend? We got Al Capio coming in with the first. What's up, Al Capio? How's it going? We got Dust coming in with the evil first. What's up, you guys? How's it going? Welcome in. What's up, Leosh? How you doing? Welcome in. Let me know if you would prefer to go by a different name. I'd be happy to accommodate. How have you been? What's new? What's going on? Patriots, yo, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Welcome back. Baby girl. Oh my God, I haven't seen. I forgot that was a redeem. Man, that's an underused. That'd be an underused redeem. What's up, baby girl? How's it going? How's the start to your week been? Welcome in. What's new over there? How are you guys been? Zap Boost, what's going on? Welcome in. How are you doing? Predictive text. Forgot this already, man. Honestly, throwback. Should we just pull it up sometime? What the? That's corruption, actually. You're not allowed to do that.
Cinder 660 just subscribed. Hey, hottie.
Who, me? What? It is pretty hot. It is like 80 degrees. It is like 80 degrees outside. What's going on, Cinder? Thank you so much for the 47 months. That's almost 4 years. That's a long time. Oh my God, that Cinder, thank you so much. Or should I say, baby girl, how are you doing? Why does it feel weirder to say that to you than it does to Tofu? Thank you so much for the 47 months. Enjoy your Benny emotes. Enjoy your custom role in the exclamation Discord. And enjoy that sweet ad-free viewing experience. Guys, we get a huge Cinder W in the chat for their kind support. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, how you doing, cutie? Is a great poll. Thank you for that. That one also hasn't been used. Part of me wants to like purge some 7TV, but then also part of me wants to just like leave it and see when people just make some outlandish polls. Of course I remember. Why would I not remember you? It did take me a second to recall.
Bluefire022 just subscribed.
What?
I need 79 wavy.
What the heck? What the frick? What the? Bluey, thank you for the 28 months. Bluey, you did not need to do that. Thank you. Enjoy your Benny emotes. Enjoy your custom role in the exclamation Discord, and enjoy that sweet ad-free viewing experience. Guys, we can get a huge Bluey W in the chat for their kind support as well. I'd appreciate it. Skibby, kicking off a hype train on this Monday evening. What the hell? What in tarnation? What the fricky? What the frickity doo bop doo bop 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 bop. Hello. How's your weekend? How's everybody doing? Because you're, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. But thank you to all the baby girls out there holding it down. It does feel a little loud. I'm gonna turn that down. Hope you guys had a good weekend. It was really nice here. Like, it was like 80 degrees out, so it was like hot. All of a sudden, just it was like kind of chilly. It was like, where like you could wear like a jacket or like not a jacket and be more or less kind of comfortable. Shin, you got it, buddy. No problem. Welcome in. How have you been, by the way? What's new? But then all of a sudden it's just 80 degrees. So So I was sweating, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do some things. I'm gonna do some outside activities. Like I said, I already had plans on Friday. So Friday I went to a WNBA game with Sister Bloom, and that was a lot of fun. However, I also went to a casino afterwards and lost money. So it wasn't that fun. And then also I found out that the team, the Connecticut Sun, got sold to Houston. So like that's just like very different. Believe it or not, even if you are not from the States, Connecticut is very far from Houston, Texas. So so that was an interesting one. But otherwise it was fun. Drake came out with 3 albums for some reason, and if you enjoy like making fun of people, you can listen to them, so you're in the know. They're not that great. I'm not gonna lie, there are some songs that aren't bad, but most of them are not good. If you want to listen to a very bad song though, and that just like makes you mad, like absolutely one of the most atrocious like 3.5 minutes of my life is listening to the song Cheetah Print featuring Sexy Red. If you see Sexy Red featured on a song, run for the hills. That's my take on the Drake albums and just music in general at this point. My daily thought: barbell squatting is scary. I still haven't. I have a Smith machine. I've never actually used barbells. I'm just a little guy. Have you been starting to do that? Another baby girl. Oh my goodness. Baby girl with the Shika Noko Noko Tom pole. I feel like we should set that as a starting student screen again sometime, just to see who remembers. Raising that way makes me feel, I think I got this, but if that's too much, I die. Yeah, you definitely got to balance or have someone nearby who can spot you. I will say that's definitely the good part of the Smith machine, right? Where it's like on the rails and it has the little stoppers. So I have that going for me, or maybe not going for me. So you went to your last WNBA game. No, I will probably go to others, and I might try and go to another one before their season ends, but I am a little upsetty by that one. My heart go doki doki, baby girl. You mean it? Bats my eyelashes, wings. You hear a little shine as a twinkle comes your. I don't know where I was going with that. But that was Friday. So Saturday. What did I do Saturday? Saturday was also really nice. I decided, so Saturday I actually spent a lot of time prepping my for the week ahead in terms of like videos. Obviously that was when I recorded the reaction video for Nasty, which is cool. I'm looking forward to her, but we won't be able to do polls until next week. So I did that, but I also did some shorts editing. And then I was like, you know, I want to go try somewhere new because it's kind of nice though. So I was like, go take on the town adventure, and I found this tiny little hole in the wall takeout place that sold dim sum dumplings, and I was like, you know what, I gotta try it. I should try it. But they didn't have anywhere to sit, so I was like, all right, now I got the takeout. I'm looking forward to it, but now I gotta find somewhere to sit and eat these. So I found a park nearby, and I sat outside, and I sat under this like big ass statue, and I was sitting there like a little picnic eating my dim sum dumplings, and it was good. It was tasty. I was like, hell yeah, this is good. You pro soup dumplings. I need to get like the full experience, but yes, I would like to try out like a legitimate sit down place. So first time trying dim sum. It was a little windy up by the statue at the park, but it was really good. I recommend it. I think you guys should try take out dim sum at the park, picnic style sometime. So it was cool. And then funny enough, after that, I found out that a like Nepalese restaurant and bar just opened up by me too. So I went to that. And I got an expensive drink there that was like $17, but it was really pretty, and it had little dragon fruit on it, and I was like, that's cool. I would recommend this to anyone. So it's like brand new place that opened up that was really good. And when I walked in there, I was like, I saw like one of the waitresses. I was like, this place literally like just opened. I was like, you look so familiar. I could not put. It took me a minute to put my finger on it. And please do not bash me for this one. but I remembered her because she had pink hair. and when it finally clicked, she was this person that I had met at a bar like a couple years ago, and she had given me like she had like this like page of stickers, and she was like giving out stickers to random people. She gave me like a bunch of stickers, and those stickers are still like in my car. So I was like, oh dang, that's how I remember you. You're the sticker girl from the dive bar. And the Nepalese new restaurant was a success. So that was pretty cool. I will probably go there again, and maybe try their momo dumplings, because they sell that there too. so I got a lot of options now. It's great to remember someone. Yeah, it's probably a problem that I still have those. Actually, I should get rid of those, but maybe not. Sticker pink lady. Yeah, exactly. Just chill. I should dye my IRL hair pink. Sounds like a game Easter egg. Do it. Soggy, what's up? Welcome in. How are you doing? Dim sums are good. Yeah, I tried it for the first time. 17 bucks for a drink. Yeah. Such is the life of where I am, unfortunately. There's this really cool little like hipstery bar that is all like couches, and when you check out, they put your receipt instead of one of those like receipt black envelope things. They hand you a little novel. It's really cute. It's like a tiny little book. I don't think they put any thought to like what page they open up when they put the receipt in there to give it to you, but it is kind of fun to like see what the hell is this book and what page is my receipt in. That place is cool, but it also is like $15 minimum for a drink. So alcoholism's expensive. I don't know why people do that. Okay, well, I understand why people do it. It's called addiction, so stay safe out there. But damn, it's crazy. Great said, I guess you could drink like natural light. I mean, I went through a natural light phase in college, and I was like, damn, this is great because this shit's cheap and it tastes pretty good, because they came out with this one that was like strawberry lemonade flavored. I was like, man, that shit's good. It was like $6 for like 18, and I was like, oh my god, I would kill for that today. But I don't drink that much. I'll get like one when I go out to eat, and that's generally about it. Obviously I didn't get any when I got takeout inside of the park, so but yeah. And then that was Saturday, and then yesterday, Sunday, was even hotter. It was really hot out, and I was like, all right, I gotta do something again, because like I can't just sit inside and waste this really nice day. I gotta go do something. So I was looking around, and I found out that there is a golf course by me that has a driving range, and I was like, you know what, I've kept my golf clubs in my trunk for years now because I don't have space in my apartment for them. I'm not that good anymore. Not that I was ever particularly good, but I played quite regularly in high school for a year when I was on the team, and then I was like, I don't like playing golf every day. I'm done with this, and stopped playing, and have played like twice since then. So it's been a while, but I was like, hell yeah, I'll do it. It was like $10 or whatever, and it was $10 for 2 buckets, and I only hit 1 bucket because I got a blister on my finger and I was sweating and I wasn't very good, and these old fucking ladies next to me sucked dick and they kept hitting it sideways, and it was like, so it was a literal hazard. It was like, boomers are a threat everywhere they go. They cannot be left to their own devices. They are the most incompetent dumbass motherfuckers in the world. They can't do shit right. They can't even swing a golf club without it like legitimately being a hazard to anyone or to everyone within like a square mile. So excuse me, you play golf? Dude, do I not exert the most white boy energy in the world? I feel like that's actually not that surprising. Hip firing. What's up, Nosey? How you doing? Who hitting it sideways? Bro, don't tell me you were one of those old ladies. Come on now. But regardless, it was fun. So I bought a new glove that I'll wear the next time I go, because like I said, I bought two buckets worth for $10, and I only used one, so I got like another token or some shit so I can go back. It's like a damn arcade. I could show up there, start swinging golf clubs around, and hopefully avoid the deadly aura of the boomer ladies. So Show me your drive in golf. Dude, I suck at driving. I can only swing a 6-iron. I was teeing up, and I was like, damn, all these big clubs are supposed to go crazy far. All they do is hook into the fucking woods and probably hit cars. But it's fine. Play golf games. What do you mean by that, baby girl? Like golf with your friends? I was gonna say, why does it make sense you played golf? That's offensive. That's mean. You can't say that. That's fucked up. You can't say, you can at least say like, oh, you know what? You play golf? That's kind of cool. You can't say, no, it made sense you played golf. Shut up. That's mean. That's calling me a spoiled white boy. Okay? And even if that is my brand, you cannot call me that. Okay? You cannot say that to me. Made sense we played pickleball. All right, that's legitimately offensive. That is old people. That is old people game. That is legitimately. If you weren't a mod, I would have that message removed. I could actually remove that message myself, but I'm gonna leave it there as a warning. Don't anyone dare say something like that to me again. I'd rather you call me a slur. Don't do that, because Automod will get mad, and I'll get a little upset too, because you shouldn't be saying that in the first place. But played softball professionally. I would love to play adult softball. I think that would be legitimately fun. As a monster, at the Kinetic golf game, or Connect golf game. Connect! Oh my god, I forgot about Connect. Yo, Connect was such a cool idea. It's a shame Xbox didn't do anything right with that one. I miss Wii Sports. Did we stream Wii Sports? Hold on, did we stream Wii Sports? I think I streamed Wii Sports on YouTube. YouTube side, did we stream Wii Sports? I think before we started co-streaming on YouTube for every stream at the start of this year, I think Wii Sports was the last time I had streamed on YouTube before that. Let's see. ASMR, Shishingo. Shishingo was fun. Digimon. And Wii Sports, yeah. Playing Wii Sports in 2024. That was 2 years ago. Holy moly. July of 2024. Yes, I did Wii Sports. No, I never played Wii Fit, actually. I never had the Wii Fit board. I love the vibes of Wii Fit, but I wouldn't want to. I feel like Wii Fit would be like, you're out of shape and obese. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like underweight for my age and height, but all right. SC's from home. Go play golf once a week is actually a trend right now for some reason. I mean, it is fun, don't get me wrong, but it's also madly infuriating and dumb expensive. It is absolutely a rich person's thing. That's why, like, if I were to play, I'd probably go to like one of the smaller ones. Oh, not golf. You said golf though. You said golf. You said go home to play. Go home, go play golf. All right, pickleball. All right, go home, play pickleball. That one, that's crazy. Pickleball is like, hey, we made all these tennis courts, but tennis is too exhausting. Let's ruin them and play pickleball. Sooner digging a hole. My baby girls are fighting. You believe this? Go home and be a family man. Yeah. Go home and be antisocial and play Uma Musume on your phone. That's what I do, okay? Or using pickles the ball? Honestly, great question. Who came up with that name? I don't know. I don't really get it. I'm pretty sure there's people in my family who play that shit. I liked tennis. I played tennis in like gym class, and then I had some friends that played, so I played a little bit. I'm not that good though. Never heard of pickleball until today. Listen, it is the most white person, random ass like trend ever. It's been a thing for the last few years, and I'm pretty sure Target, despite the fact that nobody should be shopping at Target right now anyway, still, literally dedicates like a third of their store to fucking pickleball, which is absurd because Targets are huge. Anyway, I feel like I've been yelling a lot. I've been feeling really good. I'm really excited. I haven't talked about our schedule yet because even though we only have 2 streams this week, between today we have Obscure Wanderer, and then tomorrow we're doing some Stronghold Protocol. It is MomoCon week, so I got travel plans. I got to get all that sorted out still. Well, by sorted out, I mean like I gotta pack. I have like my my Uber scheduled, my flight scheduled, all that stuff already. Obviously, that would be a problem if I didn't. I don't think I'd be streaming if I had not yet arranged that stuff. But I'm looking forward to that. That'll be fun. I got my Teto cosplays all prepped and ready. Did I tell you guys that I impulsively bought like part of an Uma Musume cosplay last week? I don't think my wig's gonna come in, so I don't think I'm gonna be cosplaying Uma Musume. But I bought the Tracing Academy like summer outfit, so I have the dress. It came with the thigh high socks too. But yeah, I don't think the wig's coming in, unfortunately. I was gonna be Teo, so I could, granted, like I could throw on like a headband and like a fake tail and be like, I'm John Uma Musume, and like maybe that would get a laugh or two. I don't know. I would just look like a flat girl with shortish hair in an Uma Musume outfit, which maybe that's how I want to be perceived. Actually, I think I would be a lot happier if I could walk around in a dress as a flat girly. I think that is what I aspire to be. You dye your hair pink and be Haru Udora. I actually did consider getting a Udora wig and tail, but I decided against it because I figured Teo would, I don't know. I love Tokai Teo. Teo's my favorite. Gold City's second. Gold City would be cool. Gold City's too niche though compared to everyone. Gold City doesn't get enough love. Even her damn kit in the game sucks. All the gals suck in the game. I didn't even get Palmer. I'm broke. I can't pull anymore. I can't get Palmer. I didn't get Jordan. So I hear suffering. They're just life-size ping pong with football. That's a good way to describe it, baby girl. Tennis racket is quite heavy. Tennis are the pickleball ones heavy? I don't know if I've had the displeasure of picking one up. Tennis racket ones I think are meant to be a little bit on the lighter side. Have you guys ever seen the tennis racket like ASMR videos where the guy clips them? He goes like dum dum dum. He's like un deux trois quatre. He literally speaks French as he's like cutting tennis racket. Please tell me someone has seen that. It's like un deux trois quatre cinq. The badminton rackets? I don't believe you. I swear it's tennis. But regardless. Le triangle. Yeah. Is it badminton? I thought it was tennis. First, YouTube says it's tennis. YouTube says it's tennis. This guy.
Le triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's this.
1, 2, 3.
It's this.
Le triangle.
It's very nice. I do watch them whenever they show up. Oh, this one's badminton. Wait, that's not the right one.
Le triangle. Le triangle. Le triangle. 1, 2, 3.
I don't even think it's meant to be ASMR.
Le triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But it's so nice. Anyway, sorry to blue ball you like that. We are wrapping up Kazimier's stuff today. Where's my game? We're wrapping up Kazimier's stuff today. Why is the game not showing up? Brother. There we go. Okay. We're wrapping up Kazimier's stuff today. They do not make sense, and that's the best part about it. We're wrapping up Kazimier's stuff today. We have some some operator records to go through. And we're gonna start Obscure Wanderer. Are you watching Paddle Foursome videos? Listen. Sometimes the algorithm knows exactly what you want. All right. Also, I never said, Bluey, thank you for the hydrate. Go. All right. Blah. All right. So, I think I know. Wait, baby girl, did you know what I was talking about? Did you see those? Had you seen those before, or was that your first time Okay, so I actually had all these tabs up the other day, and then funny thing is I forgot to pull them back up. So you're gonna give me a second. But in the meantime, exclamation AK, because we have some stuff to go through. So like I said, we're doing some records. Did we update? No, all right, so we did near light's good. Okay, so we're gonna go through Fartooth, Ashlock, Flametail, Wildmane, Justice Knight, and Neural. And then we're either gonna do Farewell Roy's story, or we're just gonna go right into Obscure Wanderer. I'll probably make pretty quick work of the what do you call it? The operator files. Is it, what page are those on? I can't find them. Is it operator records or operator files? Hold on. Micah, my links! My links! Where are my links? Is it operator file? Is it Puppy Zunnies? Is that the page that it was supposed to be on? I'm like searching my Chrome history. All right, I think I found it. All right, Neural the Radiant Knight. Yeah, Puppy Zunnies. All right, Neural the Radiant Knight. I got Justice Knight. That's also Justice Knight. We got, not the tags, brother. Wildmane. I got Flametail. Not Scotty. Scotty must have been how I got there last time. Fartooth. Okay. Is that all of them? Wildmane, Fartooth, Neural. Okay. All right, I think we should be good. Okay, let me get some music going from in-game though. Okay. And then I still have the now viewing. What was everyone's reaction to Nasty? What do you guys think? Unfortunately, we will not be doing viewer polls just because of MomoCon. All right, operator record. No, operator files. Let's see what background music. We're doing like Flametail and Fartooth first, so we'll start with Pinus. Her kit's great. You know, actually, I don't think I've seen anything on her kit. So, gee, Artificer. Artificer's like Roberta, right? I'll break some stage drum, not me. Good, as you should. All right, I'm starting with Fartooth. Roberta say, oh, saying this, nice, nasty, funny moments. That sounds like a XXX website. Make your own stage. What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't think they've released a global trailer yet. I had to make do with the random one. All right, Fartooth. Not a great fan of commotion, but even less a fan of solitude. Fartooth Knight Justina will not miss. I love Fartooth. I'm trying to like finish on my tea. I love Fartooth and I love Flametail. A rough handmade piccolo, Fartooth made it herself and is capable of producing a few simple sounds. The craftsmanship was simple, so the prickly splinters have been meticulously smoothed over. That's cool. She got 4 years combat experience. October 10, 1010. Liberia, 155 centimeters. Jarvis, how tall is this? Not yards? Who the fuck uses yards? 500. Dog, Google AI is stupid. She's just over 5 feet tall. Infected, as we know. Excellent mobility. Excellent combat skill. That's my Fartooth Justina. Fartooth Knight Justina garnered initial fame at the Major, presently affiliated with the Infected Knight founded Pinus Sylvestris nightclub, an infected knight with some degree of fame in Cashmere's. Following a string of crises in the recent Major, Pinus Sylvestris and Rhodes Island emerged with a cooperative relationship in which Fartooth Knight came to Rhodes Island as a collaborator to receive Oripathy treatment and provide Rhodes Island with combat support. Hell yeah. She definitely won't miss. I've seen her S3 arrow do in a 180 and go after the enemy. I like the S2. Honestly, I love just like shooting people anywhere. But I do gotta give I gotta give S3 an honest try sometime. All right, she's got 5%. Operator Fartooth's degree of infection is relatively light, but minor crystallization is visible on the surface of the body. Where? I don't... Can we see her infection? I don't think we can. No, I don't think we can. Man, her being like 80% leg is crazy. Given overall stability of her condition and control over lesions, treatment is focused on monitoring. Night competitions really do pay out fast. If she didn't have the money to afford treatment, there's no chance she'd be in such a good condition. Undeniably, the Blood Knight is given options to those who otherwise had none. Warfare and ooh, Fartooth, one of my favorites. Nasty will help a lot with your Fartooth S3 test. Really? Oh man. With the agreement between Pinus Sylvestris nightclub and Rhodes Island and several infected knights arriving to receive treatment, we have gained a rough understanding of the characters of these knights. Fartooth Knight is seen as a woman of few words, cold and reserved. She earned the title Fartooth as an independent knight, declining droves of invitations from firms and knight orders, publicly declaring that she was considering founding a nightclub herself. The choice brought her considerable hassle, but also served as the turning point for her to join Pinus Sylvestris. Compared to the nightclub's early members, that late arriving Fartooth Knight needed some time to acclimate. However, from her relationship with the likes of Flametail, as well as her interaction with our operators during her time at Rhodes Island, we see that Fartooth Knight is surprisingly not as aloof and difficult to approach as her outward appearance may suggest. Under her firm shell, this infected knight has a fairly gentle manner, even soft. That's my girl! That's my girl! Fartooth Knight was shown brilliantly in the major preliminaries. Her strength cannot be underestimated. Rarer is that while her individual strength is second to none in Pinus Sylvestris, she doesn't share the same failing that many with strength often do: arrogance. Wolf, her player, said the lizard in the plastic bag is... I like the idea for the new kit. The takeoff is very interesting. The small-statured knight is entirely adept at cooperation, proactively coordinating with her teammates. If required to serve as primary offense, her attacks are fierce and intense, but if otherwise, assault personnel are in her lineup, Fartooth will change tactics as though she can hear the wind, seizing upon its tiniest whispers of information, providing agile and flexible long-range support to her teammates. It's funny, that actually does kind of match her kit. Also worth mentioning is that on first contact, Fartooth Knight's succinct and unique manner of speech led some operators to misunderstand her for a time. However, we all quickly grasped at her tendency to utter perplexing sentence fragments. Music too loud? Supplemented by further explanation comes from her penchant for lonely pondering. She keeps rapidly deducing the main point in her head, reaching a conclusion, and then blurting it out. After realizing how she confuses those around her, only then does she follow up by elaborating. Very cute. She be saying things. More floater, yeah. Okay, he's gone. Fartooth Knight, original name Justina Valentine. See, that's such a beautiful name. Was born in a tranquil part of rural Cashmeres, and up until adulthood was no more than a normal village girl. Justina longed since childhood to become a knight, like any average Cashmeresian child would. The knights in shining armor were awe-inspiring, dashing and formidable, the targets of all their adoration. Despite the prevalence of the major and the old chivalric spirit gradually fading from Cashmeresian minds as Justina grew up, her image of the knights wasn't badly damaged, an all too rare case, thanks to the Radiant Knight. When she finally met her knightly role model, both parties were far removed from where they started, but Justina's feelings are known only to herself. However, bearing the dream of knighthood, the now-grown village girl who ventured on a journey to the Grand Knight territory had never once imagined the utterly unexpected misfortune that might strike her. Before she could officially register to become a knight at Karalauki, an accident en route affected her with rapidity, and in the time when the Blood Knight hadn't yet won the championship, it was no more than wild fantasy for infected to become knights. Man, she got dealt some bullshit. Her dreams snuffed out by unforeseeable circumstances. She had nowhere to go and nowhere to return. That is until the Blood Knight reigned victorious and news came of the push for the Infected Knights Act, thoroughly damped down before fires of hope is ignited once again, true and searing, so hot as to scald some, yet make for it like mad, unable to let go. Bit upon curse, right? Fartooth's experiences are by no means unusual. Here, I slammed myself over a little bit, sorry. Like all infected knights, she had to strive far harder than the vast majority if she wished to obtain formal knight qualification. It's hard to imagine how this girl of such unassuming stature survived through the bloodiness of the illegal tournament, or how she struggled to obtain her knighthood, how she could finally make a brilliant show in the preliminaries and obtain a title so quickly. And though there was much controversy as this lone girl barged her way into the major, she had some supporters of her own too, as well as a considerable income. Yeah, I'm a supporter. I'm a day one. Do meet your idols. Yeah, well, like one of the only times where that actually worked out is because she has good taste. In the mass's eyes, not the mass's travels. Past the living exception of the Blood Knight, there was no better outcome for an infected knight than this. But for Fartooth herself, all of this may not have been so important. No matter if she wanted to found her own nightclub or agreed to join Pinus Sylvestris, it all went far in showing she wanted something more than simple fame or wealth. She was now a knight. Had Justina the village girl's dream really come true? She'd become infected, then once again found hope. Had narrowly climbed up on this thin thread, but the higher she climbed, the more she came in touch with the other side of the knights she'd once yearned after. The power of yearning. Now in the present, perhaps more than any riches or renown, more than any chivalric glory that once had her dream, Justina simply wants to return home. In her time receiving treatment at Rhodes Island, Fartooth spends most of her time on the upper deck, except when she's with her nightclub fellows. There, she recalls how she used to work in the field, saving the money to buy her first longbow, fantasizing about her gallant figure as she wielded it someday. She reminisces on the haystacks that smelt of sunshine, on the wind brushing past her ears, and her friends and family that would listen as she blew folk songs. And by the time she could be as gallant as she dreamed, she now only wanted to return to those simple, peaceful countryside days. When she sits alone, high up, playing her carved recorder, she only hopes that somehow the wind will carry her flute song back home, just as if she could return home with it. Of course, Justina is clearer than anyone that for infected, returning to past life is little more than a wild hope. Man, and she gave us a little handmade piccolo herself. That's so cute. Is that where her skin is? Is her skin her like home? No, this is a little different. And promotion record, Fartooth tends to stay with the other members of her nightclub despite Wildmane and Ashlock's quarrels giving her headaches. She continues to silently follow her companions as they work together. Compared to Flametail's overflowing ideas and the goals of Ashlock and Wildmane hold to, Fartooth's motive.
Vodkaman 666 just subscribed. Men will literally wander obscurely instead of going to therapy.
Honestly, so true. Vodka, welcome back. Thank you for the 20 months. I appreciate it. Enjoy your Benny emotes. Enjoy your custom role in the exclamation Discord. And enjoy that sweet ad-free viewing experience. Guys, we get a huge vodka W for our obscure wanderer over here. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. How are you doing? That's exactly what vodka. That's what I'm saying. Vodka, hashtag our obscure wanderer. How are you doing? Happy Monday. Reading some records before we go hang out with Unk. Fartooth's motive for joining and staying in Pinus Sylvestris is the simplest of all. Flametail invited her. They're girlfriends. As infected knights together, they stand in identical situations, and Pinus Sylvestris brought her a sense of security. For someone left out of a crowd, with nowhere else to return to, no further reason could be needed. One could say that Fartooth doesn't care what sort of direction Pinus Sylvestris may head in the future, so long as her companions are still there. So long as this new home remains, that is enough for her. She'll spare nothing, protecting all of this that she treasures. Man, I love her. She's great. All right, the Pinus music is nice, but it's a little, we're just listening to it. Let's just do Near Light for the rest of these. Sippy Roy's TB continued. TBD, because I know that like legitimately released more recently, right? So I feel like it might not be the worst thing to do after, but here's what it is. Wandering obscurely out of this job into a new one. I'm doing straight ass, bro. I'm sorry to hear that. It was nice over here. I had good weekend. Let's manifest good weekend for vodka. To be continued. Oh my god. To be decided. TBD to be continued. Okay, so we got Flametail up next. Flametail is also my favorite. Max level turret. I love Flametail very much. All right, two things make her a standout leader: her mind and her smile. Flametail Knight Sona shooting through the battlefield like fire. Her token, a seemingly mundane Cashmeresian coin. This was the sole reward Sona earned from her first victory in the underground arena. Oh, that's so cute. Got 6 years combat experience. She's October 8th. That's 2 days before Fartooth's birthday. 159 centimeters. She's not that much taller than her either. Oh man, they're made for each other. Excellent mobility, excellent tactical acumen. An infected knight of Kazimierz, a practical leader of spontaneously established infected nightclub Pinus Sylvestris, came into contact with Rhodes Island in cooperation with Kazimierz and sought Rhodes Island's treatment of her own accord. Man. All right, so she's got 8% partially visible crystal distribution on the surface of Operator Flametail's body. Operator Flametail's infection grants no optimistic outlook, especially considering non-standard medical treatment sustained in Kazimierz and its lack of ability to curb her disease in a timely fashion. Man! The institution of infected knights is in no way friendly treatment of the infected by Kazimierz. All special cases without exception, and neuropathy itself remains a cause for exclusion. However, from a certain perspective, the lust for profit in Kazimierz exceeds even its fear of neuropathy. It's this that allows the infected to climb onto the stage in the night competitions, providing entertainment to the masses. This amounts to the same tragedy suffered by infected in other countries, but takes a form clearly characteristic of Kazimierz, at least for the time being. Damn. Yo, true. Who wrote that? Can we see her infection either? I feel like all these girlies are all armored up. You can't really actually see where they're infected. But look, she's so cute. I love her. I didn't mean to zoom in right there. Sorry, Flametail. Just a joke. Just a prank. Mean got rescheduled. Both homeowners gotta be present. Oh man, you gotta get written on the deed, man. Oh, brother's okay though. What the heck? I'm gonna hide your infection extra on Kazimierz. I mean, I'm gonna hide it extra in a lot of places. But she kind of wears like a badge of honor, at least, you know? She is like, we are the infected nightclub, right? So, cool. Where were we? Yeah, here. Operator Flametail's codename originates from her knight title, but those who know her all call her by her name, Sona. She doesn't come from any age-old knight family, and she's far from any gifted knight prodigy. Flametail Knight used to just be the Zalak girl Sona, no more than an ordinary Kazimierzian living in a Zalak settlement. They got Zalak settlement. They got segregation. Unsurprising, actually. They made that abundantly clear. I don't know why I'm acting surprised. It was one day when a catastrophe changed the course of Sona's life, owing to the Kaliska Knight family's neglect of their few subjects, leading to the destruction of Sona's home. Her family, friends, and once peaceful life vanished like mist in a single night. The young Zalak girl wasn't strong enough to accept the truth straight away, and despite her past being far out of sight these days, every time her home and her past are mentioned, the conversation-loving, ever cheerily smiling Sona's mood always unconsciously halts for just a moment. Man. And we have no idea how Sona, that helpless Zalak, made it out of the disaster. We only know that by the time Pinus Sylvestris others members came to know her, Sona was already the way she is today, as if she'd never changed. I can tell something's hanging between the two of them, but the past comes up from time to time. The and I never hear much more than, well, Grey Nutty's old knight family failed Sona and whatever. Oh, that was Ashlock's family? Of course, Sona's not as strong as people think. I've actually seen her crying in forget I said that, Ashlock. Ashlock's exposing her. So I love how the speaking styles are consistent from characters, even in files like this. Pinus Sylvestris, for which the nightclub is named, reportedly comes from Flametail and Ashlock's hometown. The plant life on the verge of extinction nowadays was once an emblem of magnificence, beauty, and tenacity. Damn, I love that lore. That's cool. After leaving her hometown, Flametail lived in a booming commercial city for the time, eking out a living on the lowest rung. Unexpectedly, however, that city became part of the Karalaki Alliance, and through this, Flametail learned of another way out: infected knighthood. It wasn't long at this time since Flametail had caught neuropathy, and she'd never gone through any training related to night competitions, but she really didn't have all that many choices for a living. At the start, Independent Knight Sona was thrown into a cage filled with vicious beasts and traps, and after that came an artificial jungle and a sealed-off skyscraper. Sona realized that the infected experience was a world of difference to the immaculate bright competition nights on TV. They were all voluntarily spectated playthings, and their own lives practically became the one worth they held. Man, is that the first time they shared all the details? Eking was correct. Oh, okay, that's what I thought, but I was like, I've ever had to say that word. But man, what? Hold on, a jungle, artificial jungle, and a sealed off skyscraper. put these MFers through like American Ninja Warrior. It's crazy. Toss her to the crabs, dude. What definitely changed Sona actually was an official night competition, night versus night, infected versus infected. But whether Sona herself or the Pinus Sylvestris members we talked with afterwards, no one would touch on what everyone went through during that period. However, what we can be sure of is that the blood sport of infected knights thoroughly changed her. In the moment she held her riches and Flametail title from the Knights Association High, the seed was planted in Sona's heart, waiting to root and bud. Damn. Amelia Earhart maxing. Beyond the infected knights, Sona still holds decent fame in other infected communities of Karolauki. Pinus Sylvestris nightclub used all the wealth they earned from night competitions to house infected, but in the course of things, infected numbers began to exceed what Sona imagined. At first, she just wanted to try to unite the infected knights to find survival in the ruthless wipeout qualifiers. After they found their footing, they became aware of an enormous amount of infected existing in poverty in the Grand Knight territory with no means to become knights, forced to live in the city's sub-levels. And the first to decide to know she would help every infected she could was Flametail Knight Sona. That's my goat. It didn't take long to go from founding Pinus Sylvestris nightclub to rescuing the infected of Karolauki. No speeches to stir the heart, no carefully detailed plan. It was practically by chance that Sona led the infected knights to see today. She didn't come to Rhodes Island just for herself and Pinus Sylvestris knights either. More than that, it was a hope that the vulnerable infected they guided could seek Rhodes Island's treatment. Though the infected experience in Karolauki is complex, the Adeptus Creditului and General Chamber of Commerce remain in constant friction to this day. The city's neon shades and loud crowds have imperceptibly led people to accept the fact. Knights are no longer what they used to be. Yeah, they're no longer what they used to be. Remember when clowned on them and called them penis because it's funny, and I will say that here and there, but I know it's not. I say it because it's funny. I say it for the bit. I say it because I'm the guy online. Make me do ELA teaching after hours. I'm sorry. Listen, you're voluntarily flexing your skills. The people have forgotten what the glory of the knights once stood for, and despite Sona never having truly treated herself as a knight and never stressing any point of glory or justice, she undoubtedly wholly fits the part of that romantic imagination of knights. Sona is a true knight. It gladdens me that in the Cashmeres of now I could still meet a fellow companion like her. Neural. Oh! Hell yeah. We often forget Flametail's age and her life as an ordinary girl. Only in very, very occasional circumstances do we see another side of her. She's fond of cute things, likes eating candy, and has a strong curiosity for novel equipment. That's so cute. If they hadn't been infected, forced to take this path, perhaps Pinus Sylvestris people would all be living some other life in Cashmeres. He likes cute things. Flametail's intermittent appearances on the landship aren't marked by just by the core of infected knights. Her smile, cheerful attitude, and nature of pressing forward when running into difficulty involuntarily draw in everyone surrounding. Honestly, that line probably sums up why I really, really do like her a lot. Like, she's just very, like, she tries to be that, you know, positive reinforcement for people in really shitty situations, right? Quite a number of Cashmere's born operators even head for the Grand Knight territory of their own accord thanks to Sona, and though it's led to her joking along the lines of, wait, is this nightclub poaching talent from Rhodes Island now? Flametail's leaderly charm as a knight of Cashmere's is clear to see. Of course, Flametail has admitted herself that there are 3 knights she's come to respect from the heart of getting to know them a little. The Radiant Knight, aka Arnurl, certainly holds a place, and as for who the other 2 are, Flametail Knight has left us on a cliffhanger. What? Building Flametail for a laugh? Do it. Mine's max level now. Favorite bit, insulting my door. Where did that come from? Whoa, wait. Pinus Sylvestris nightclub was at first established to allow the infected to survive in the Grand Knight territory. Sona was right in choosing her partners. Bartooth Knight, Ashlock Knight, Wildmane Knight. They all have their own reasons for fighting. Now, with the dust settled, whether it's the KGCC or the Armless Union exploiting them, whether Cashmere's hasn't remedied the tiniest bit, they've escaped. They've survived, and moreover, they've saved many doing it. So what's next? Ashley surely trusts her most. Silently, Fartooth follows her too. Wildmane, just as ever, wants her to give a direction to charge in. Seemingly since it started, Sona has been the one most lacking a reason for standing on the front line. But of course, she doesn't really lack reason. No one who lacks faith can under a city grinding humanity away put up a struggle to that degree. Exceedingly few people simply realize, like our Radiant Knight Neural does, That some people are born with a mind for devotion and a consciousness of sacrifice, that some are innately able to fight for a grand distant goal, and this goal and Rhodes Islands are presently highly identical. In future, well, the present land of the Knights is a mile from the Knights already. Just what its future will be, by all appearances, isn't much to do with us. Says redacted. Oh my god, the Flametail files, guys. Behold the new champion of the Pinus nightclub. Oh, pianist, Wishadel, the fuck you knight. They're poaching knights. Oh my god. Yo, some of our operators would absolutely smoke the competitions, bro. You know, just look at the damage D-Gen did. All right, let's take a look at her skin. We got Wildmane in the back here. We got Fartooth up here. We got Ashlock over here. And look at her outfit's so cute. Look, she's got these zip-up socks, these high-waisted shorts. Cute. Gameplay, look at it. And she got the VR goggles. She lost, though. Oh, no, she won. Gambling. Hit the vital spot 3 times. Not rely on binocular gaze. Perfect dodge at least 1 time. Of course she did that. Gamer Flametail. You think she's stinky? Look at her tail. Her tail's very fluffy in this, too. See? Damn, we zoomed in a lot. Look at the teeth on the thing. Look at the teeth on her little guy. Cute. I mean, so cute. Both. Man, I love Flametail. Okay. Wildmane. Mad speed, mad strength, and mad self-confidence. Wildmane Knight Iwona embodiment of impetus and ready to fight. A splinter of the Major Lance's damaged outer shell, kept preciously safe by Wildmane. A reminder to herself that every battle comes with a cost and you need to think things through. Aw. Excellent physical strength and excellent mobility. 4 years combat experience, August 3rd at Karanta. And is the tallest among us now? No. No, Flametail's still a little taller. They're all shorties, though. They're all really short. Imagine this band of small rodents, basically, stunting on you, showing up and beating the shit out of you. Wildmane Knight Iwona, member of Pinus Sylvestris nightclub, joined Rhodes Island after undertaking the Cashmere's Major in a string of disturbances. Besides undergoing essential treatment for ripathy, Wildmane is also happy to provide Rhodes Island with support in combat. She's willing to do a considerable amount for the infected. 6%. Clear iridium crystallization is visible on the legs. The state of operator Wildmane's infection has tended towards stability. Oh, that's cute. Can't see her legs either. What about on her skin? I like how her skin is very just colon D, especially in the little chibi sprite if you guys have this skin. Look, she all smiles here. It's cute. I should have bought that one. What are E2 art? Her E2 art's actually really cute too. It's very horsey. Very Karanta. Her chibi's actually smiley, right? No. Is right? Agreed. All right, I'm glad we're all aligned here. Gamer Flametail. I got all their skins. I think this might be the only one I don't have. Actually, no, I didn't get it. I don't care. I'll be honest, I don't care that much about Ashlock. I don't even think we had to I don't even think Ashlock's files was on the list. Oh no, it was. I just selectively chose not to pull up hers, I guess. Hold on. Hold on, my bad, Ashlock. All right, I got Ashlocks too. Okay. My bad. my bad, Ashlock. When Wildmane Knight chose to join Rhodes Island, her wounds still hadn't fully healed, but a blowaway ability to recuperate already enabled her to be freely active. Prior to her full recovery, owing to consideration for the operator's state of health, Rhodes Island did not immediately set up work for Wildmane, which had the converse effect of seeming to depress her somewhat. However, Wildmane showed great curiosity in her new place of residence, and in her days off, wander all over, finding things to do just to do for herself. I feel like she'd get along with the children of Ursus, in my opinion. Insane hater shit. I didn't mean it. I remember going so far too spanner to get Ashlock. I'm sorry. What's up, Shy? When I didn't know anything about Arknights, I picked her for all the operators at the time was my favorite. Wildmane? Hell yeah. Her spear cover finally breaks on E2. The lore. Oh my god. Wait, hold on. Oh yeah. That is a cool detail. I didn't catch that at first. getting a 5-star write-up is a bigger nightmare. I mean, listen, you saw how long it took me to get like Noel and stuff. I get it. It's happened to me. I think there's still a few 5 stars I missed. I still don't have Tippy. Yeah, I never got Tippy. The modification of Justice Knight was one such result. After Wildmane got to know the scope of Rhode Island's engineering department research, he promptly showed interest in remodeling her pet, Justice Knight, who also constituted a member of Pinus Sylvestris, brimming with expectations for the system upgrades and voice capability installation. Wildmane visited every day to see how things were going, following the pace of things. Finally, a few days later, she watched her Justice, who only made DD noises for the longest time, say her very first greeting. Her first words! Thank you all to Rhodes Island Engineering Department. Master, you want Justice Knight to say something to you? May Justice Knight tell the truth? Burgers are very unhealthy. What? Please don't order that many again. Also, please don't throw your dirty clothes on the floor. She's getting the slander. She's getting absolutely dragged here by Justice Knight. Justice Knight spawns in, finally gets the ability to speak, and just airs out all their dirty laundry. Holy crap. Also, please don't throw your literally dirty laundry. Please don't throw your dirty clothes on the floor. And when you're holding Justice Knight to air grievances or declare your fighting spirit, please don't get too worked up. Your movement to tears or the sound level of your indignation renders Justice Knight unable to correctly receive information and execute analysis and response. According to descriptions from those working at the time, Wildmane seems to take a massive blow. It was unwilling to set foot in the engineering department again until final upgrades were completed. It was only the day Justice commenced regular operation, delivering her first portion of takeout from the cafeteria, that things began to improve. That's crazy. She was like, she literally got truth nuked. She got hit with the harsh reality skewered through the chest, and was like, all right, I'm not coming back here. Fuck. I'm not coming back to the engineering department. Y'all are crazy. And she's not wrong about that, honestly. Ilona Krakowska. Her family serves as loyal Kazimierzian knight nobles, everlasting on the honor gained from campaign knighthood. Within the Krakowskas, Ilona is the most robust of her generation, her temperament the boldest. Thus, she had the highest hopes. She had high hopes placed on by her family and trained since youth to become a campaign knight. However, the young, unwary Ilona caught a ripathy while trading in the countryside, which threw off the path of her life. Path of life? Raised for campaign knighthood, she held hope for a time, but couldn't imagine her family would immediately renounce her after she recovered. Oh! Despite her family, she might have mentioned that in the story, actually, now that I think about it. Despite her family's ruthless action causing her great disappointment, Ilona still resolved to press onward. She would regain her spirits in her firm life's creed. As long as you're alive, you have to keep looking for a path to run. Ilona is a kind fighter. Her passion and hot-bloodedness in battle innate to her, and becoming an infected couldn't change that one bit. And so she chose to become a competition knight, to achieve a knight's identity another way, to prove it for all those who'd been disappointed her to see. Translation issue. Speed and technique are Ilona's advantages, and she puts them to nimble use, needing no theory of skill, able to respond to any move with nothing but her outstanding powers of reaction and observation, checking the opponent in one blow. Of course, combat tactics like this are a good fit for Ilona's own bodily makeup, though the adulation of absolute power brought a sense of pressure. Ilona has inherited the family genes, along with a not particularly tall stature. Fortunately, she keeps on growing. She's still growing? Huh? You mean I'm a centimeter shorter than Sona? That's gotta be wrong. Has to be. Wait, come back. We gotta measure again. Miss Wildmane, this is already your 4th time measuring. Damn it. Just this one last centimeter. Wildmane. I get it. All right. You fill in your numbers. Come on, Justice. Help me figure out how to order some EVAP milk later. Oh my god. Beep beep. Justice Knight condemns you to diet. What's up, Mystic? How you doing? Welcome in. You can cancel mid-weight enemies from attacking her whole duration. I don't think I ended up deploying her after I got her. She can do some pushing and stuff, right? When you ask Wildmane if she has any regrets, sorrows, or moments of insecurity, she avoids the topic. Damn. Perhaps deep inside, Wildmane knew her own fated lot in life as an infected, but in order to prove her strength, she chose to ignore these questions others would consider important, and selflessly threw herself into the battles of the underground arena. In this way, Wildmane Knight numbed herself with unbroken victory in a perpetual search for the value in surviving. However, when she finally entered an official arena, she was mocked and ridiculed by other competition knights in the lounge, and her anger gave rise to an intense conflict. It was Flametail and Ashlock who extricated her from that incident. Following her entry into Pinus Sylvestris nightclub, she began to face her status as an infected head-on. and approved wholeheartedly of what Flametail herself was busy doing for the infected. To Wildmane, having a clear objective made it a lot easier on her. So long as it was physical work, she wouldn't shy from taking it on, no matter how dangerous or troublesome. And yet the significance behind considering her actions gave her a headache. Whether the social happenings that all the Buki types talked about or the sense emblematized by her own conduct, the old Wildmane chose to let it go in one ear and out the other. But once she left Cashmere separating from her knight identity, what new course she should take as an infected was now, as things stood, a core question she had no way of avoiding. At the very least, Wildmane is satisfied with her current life. One certain day, she got a letter from Cashmere's, her family seemingly wanting to pass a message on to her. She only skimmed through it once on break while training with Ashlock at the grounds, and then got back into serious training mode without any fanfare. Afterwards, when asked if anything happened, she just shrugged. They sent me a formal apology. Want me to give them a reply. Let them know if I'm doing fine these days. Ha, I bet they saw their surname on the TV. Finally remembered I existed, huh? So Miss Wildmane, how do you feel right now? What, me? I'm fine. Honestly, I got out of the whole shadow of my past ages ago, and all of them living in Cashmere as these guys related to me, whether they still want to wallow in their mud clenching their own pride and prejudice, it's got nothing to do with me. I sure didn't ask for their help again. I got shoved out the door. Ha. Man, poor Wildmane. She is definitely like she is like the textbook, like, just muscle. Like the she even said, like, I don't care about all the talk, just tell me, you know, let me go fight them, you know. And literally the in one ear out the other. Wildmane, Pinus Sylvestris nightclub is where she exists, and she has unconditional faith in its members. Flametail is its leader, someone worth giving her own loyalty, worth running here and there to risk her life for. Ashlock is Wildmane's drinking buddy, and a like-minded partner too. Through the two of them confiding in each other, Wildmane, notorious non-fan of thinking. Wildmane, notorious non-fan of thinking. That is crazy. What do you mean? Insane title. Wildmane Alter is going to be crazy. Wildmane Alter, the thinker. Often hits light bulb moments, understanding a hell of a lot of arguments and facts otherwise obscured by all the words in them. Most of the time, far too quiet one, the total opposite of Wildmane's personality. Her cool and collected nature is precisely what Wildmane lacks, and any cooperation with her goes smooth as can be. Justice Knight is Wildmane's pet, but more so her brilliant sidekick. With no shortage of time, she's come through on the battlefield at just the right moment. Wildmane, notorious non-fan of thinking. Wildmane at present is looking for her own way too, hoping the new life she experiences at Rhodes Island will find her a fresh direction. Wildmane and the other members of Pinus Sylvestris need only be together, and they'll surely be able to accomplish much in this world. Even now, Wildmane still keeps up with her former schedule as a knight, each day persistently training, honing her skills. There will come a day when her power can help people, can play a role in saving lives, and for the sake of this future, for bringing hope to more infected, Wildmane never misses a beat. There's some selfishness to it too, of course. Sorry, that's part of my AC is hot in here. The first time Wildmane met the Radiant Knight, she promptly requested a duel. Even though to anyone else it was just an impolite slip of the tongue, Wildmane was completely sincerely prepared for it. Until the day her legs are mighty enough, sufficient to earn the Radiant Knight's approval, she'll look forward, eager to the honoring of that appointed time. I hope she gets that at some point. Wildmane's weapon is a shelled lance with a unique major-minor type design. The external fiberglass major is suited for lance charges, the most ideal armament for lance shock techniques when used appropriately. The interior minor is used for thrusts and stabs in sparring form, suited for close quarters active combat on the battlefield. Wildmane duly favors her lance's design, and even though it costs a considerable amount to maintain the major lance after its use, she still insists on using this unique lance she can call her own, and has given it more painstaking practice than anything else, so that she can show off its mighty ability to impact and batter. And look, you can see the fiberglass getting all broken. Man, I kind of want to E2 her just for this art. It's really good. It's like it's like a fairly simple E2 art, but it's really good. And look at the like crests here. You got Flametail, you got Ashlock, you got Wildmane up here, and you got R-Tooth over here. That's so cute. That's a nice little detail. Did the others have anything in their E2 art about Pinus? Oh wait, they all do that. They all have that. I didn't realize that they all had that. That's so cool. Hell yeah. That's really cute. Hell yeah, Arknights, y'all fuck. Oh wait, this one didn't have wild mane. Flametails doesn't have wild mane. I know she came out before. What about Ashlock's? Hold on. Ashlock, what's your on? Ashlock's skin is cool. I am mean to her for no reason. This is a cool fucking skin. Okay. See your E2 art. You also... Oh no, yours does have a horse over here. Yours has her, okay. Wait, they all the other three. Hold on, am I being dumb? That's just a general knife. Oh, they're in the middle. No, Flametails does. Oh no, it does. Oh, okay, hold on. No, I'm just being dumb. Okay, I'm being dumb. They're in the middle, and then the others are around. I was seeing the knight, and I was like, oh, that's wild mane. My bad. Okay, they're in the middle, and the other three members are all around. But hers, she doesn't have one in the middle. That's what was throwing me off. One Kranta, two Zalek, one Liberi. Cute. What if we were all matching and we didn't tell Justice Knight? Justice Knight doesn't have an E2, that's why. All right, Ashlock. They're not E2ing wild mane. I literally just got her like a week ago. And I already had my lore accurate team picked out. I wasn't changing it. I would have just... I haven't E2'd Ashlock, but that's probably not as surprising. I already got Fire Whistle and Horn. Opponents must choose between being ground beneath a shield or being laid low by cannon fire. That's crazy. Ashlock Knight Grey Nutty stands ready to face any challenge. Token: a shell casing left over from a shot bearing Ashlock's signature. This once brought her victory, and now it belongs to you. Cute. 4 years, March 20th. Happy belated birthday. That was a while ago, actually. 164 centimeters. She's the tallest of them all. Physical strength excellent, and physical resilience excellent. Member of Pinus Sylvester's nightclub, Ashlock Knight Grey Nutty joined Rhodes Island following the Cashmere's Major. Fights with a handheld cannon lance and sturdy shield, able to inflict casualties on faraway enemies, and can also hold the front, protecting other operators. Defender. 7% clear iridium crystals visible on the face. Yeah, she's the only one that we know. The state of her operator Grey Nutty's infection has tended towards stability. That's good. Man, freaking Flametail is the only one that's like not looking good. Just sad. After the conclusion of the Cashmere's Major, Grey Nutty joined Rhodes Island together with her fellow Pinus Sylvester's members. After witnessing firsthand Cashmere's treatments of the infected and as infected themselves, they were pleasantly surprised that an organization like Rhodes Island still existed in this world. Here, they could live a new life and fight for the infected. Nevertheless, Grey Nutty still felt at a loss. She needed a goal. She once strove to sharpen herself for the sake of her family. After becoming infected, her goal was to ascend to the Major and the Champion's throne like the Radiant Knight and the Blood Knight had done. Now she followed Sona, followed the others of Pinus Sylvestris, and came aboard Rhodes Island as an employee of a pharmaceutical company. It does sound like a downgrade when said like that. She would range far from Cashmere's, fighting unlike a knight or even a Cashmeresian. The rules she was familiar with would no more be applicable, and so at present she is still bewildered and still vexed. Bewildering, slithering sound. Oh, you did just the other day? Oh, hell yeah. Just upgrade all three. I think it's just Wild Mane and Ashlock that I haven't. But please don't worry, if you need her, she will step forth, just as the ancient knight nobles of Cashmere's would have. Hell yeah. Pinus Sylvester's nightclub's founding members were Flametail Nightstone and Ashlock Knight Grey Nutty. Though both were Zaleks and born in similar places, the first time meeting came entirely by accident. Not long after the infected knight's act was passed, Grey Nutty was expelled from her family, arriving at the Grand Knight territory to participate in brutal underground night competitions. Right before a group melee, she first met Flametail Sona. We saw that moment. Who wanted a temporary alliance with her for the group match? Grey Nutty agreed, just like that. The Cannoneer and the Swift Blade covered each other's weaknesses, standing out in the tumult of the melee. Once they were left alone on the field, Sona made a thrust at Grey Nutty, taking the point she had. As a knight, Grey Nutty ought to have been angered, but in Sona, she found a long-lost trust and peace of mind, as well as Grey Nutty's own guilt towards her. Sona was once the subjects of the Kaliska family, but when a catastrophe assaulted her home, the Kaliskas never fulfilled their duty as knight nobles. Ultimately, Sona's hometown fell into ruin and she was infected. After that, Grey Nutty, together with Sona, founded Pinus Sylvester's nightclub, competing in matches for prize money on one hand and aiding the infected of the Grand Knight territory on the other. They've tried working by themselves. They've tried making deals with the Adeptus Predilui, and now they found an even better collaborator than before. Hell yeah. Grenady is not at all a textbook competition knight. She keeps silent on the field, lets the audience's cheers and jeers bounce off of her, steadily confronting her opponents. She rarely participates in commercial activities, and she reads every letter from her supporters one by one in detail, writing a reply for each. Aw. When she's spotted out and about, fans gather around and excitedly ask for signatures, which seems to put Grenady at a complete flustered loss. That's unsurprising. Looking to quiet them down as quickly as she can. And then she pulls the fans away from the crowd, asks in a stammer what they're looking for, signs her name on the objects the fans hand her. Her antics have inadvertently garnered her a good number of fanatics. Sona even suggests on occasion that she ought to pursue the path of the Idol Knight, teasing that her prospects might be greater than as a competition knight. Of course. An Idol Knight? What is this? Umamusume? Of course, each time Sona says it, Grenady sternly declines. Grenady's combat ability is by no means lacking. Preeminence, even in Pinus Sylvestris, many an opponent has fallen under her baptism by shellfire. That's crazy. Baptism by shellfire is nuts. What's up, Stormy? Welcome in. How you doing? Oh, the fortresses, I see. Ah, okay. No. I don't want... I never use them. I never use them appropriately. I know that's a me issue because they're tricky. Actually, it would be kind of funny to use all three of them at the same time. That would be cool. Just rain hell on the whole map. However, she has her weakness too. Heavy artillery and thick armor consume her endurance, and she moves relatively slowly when fighting the enemy in close quarters, plus the fatal gap that switching spent magazines produces. So long as these problems remain undealt with and she doesn't temper herself as an all-around as a champion of the major wood, then there will always be a knight who seizes on her weakness, and she'll be unable to take the final steps to achieve her goals. Those familiar with Grenady know she brims with hatred for the knight nobles. However, Grenady was once one herself. Grenady's family used to be quite well known, but after her grandmother passed away, the elders in charge of running the family enterprise made a strategic blunder, and the whole business was left with a deep deficit and set the family's decline in stone. It was at this time, too, that Grenady caught a ripathy. Damn. When it rains, it pours. Insert Ashlock point blank shot give. After the fact, there was a change in the way her relatives treated her. Her siblings who'd played with since childhood broke off contact. Her few friendly uncles gradually fell out of touch, and her family's elders seemed to forget about her entirely. One common voice held in the Callista's hearts: the Callistas shouldn't have infected. So long as Grenady remains, our prestige will suffer. Man, that's fucked up. Kashmir sucks. I hate this place. In the wake of the family's continued destitution, the way its members regarded her turned slowly from silence to anger. She'd seen how the elders shamed the estate's infected, but never imagined that, as a part of the family, Euripathy would subject her to such treatment. Even more unbelievable to her was that the Knight Primus seemed to want her and infected gone from the family. It was like that she was no Calliska, only some homeless commoner blighted by Euripathy, a village raised in disaster. This doubt was quickly dispelled, but reality was more ruthless than her mind. She might have even lost the freedom to stay in her home. One day, the Knight Primus summoned her to discuss how to resolve a certain matter. The one passed it on was highly tactful, but she was well aware she was that so-called matter. Damn. After a knock on the Primus's parlor door, Grenady found the Knight Primus of the Callistias along with another noble Knight Primus. They were presumably in talks. The atmosphere was utterly fractured, both sides menacing, trying to wrest more benefit from the other. And here in his parlor, it seemed Grenady's Knight Primus had readily surrendered every last bargaining chip he'd held. Messed up, boo! It's like the worst kind of nobles, stupid ones. The other noble Primus flew into sudden fury on seeing Grenady, denounced the Callistias for harboring an infected, and even bringing her before him. He tore up the treaty and swore he would no longer work with the Callistias. Grenady knew the other side had only used her appearance to wash himself of any blame for the ruined contract, but her Knight Primus and the family elders lacked total awareness of it, going so far as to cast all their rage directly on her. Man, stupid ass. In the end, on a moonless night, the Primus convened a full meeting, deciding by vote whether Grenady the infected was to go. It was unanimous. Bro. No one present dissented. No one so much as abstained. Even Grenady's mother and father raised their hands. Bro! Grenady knew they had sorrows of their own, but in that moment she felt her own teardrops as they ran down her face. Man! Those who sympathized with her said nothing. Those who detested her cheered, and the Primus sat at the head of the table, feigning impartiality. These were the Callistias, a microcosm of Kashmir's knight nobility. Yeah, exactly. That's just society there. Since then, Grenady has left her home and come along to the Grand Knight territory, fighting upward from the underground arena step by step. Through the Knights competition, she wants to recover her reputation and thus return to that decrepit and hollowed out family, Give them a good long look at her accomplishments, make them admit that they were wrong about her, make them wash off the stigma forced onto her. But what comes afterwards? Sona has given it a thought, but she still hasn't. The cannon is a traditional and mighty siege weapon. With modern industrial refinement have come cannon lances wieldable by a single person. Their might weakened by a decree, but still retaining fine destructive power against humanoid targets. Grey Nutty's ancestors relied on such armaments to make their family's future, but the present Callistia's progeny are, by and large, now strangers to this skill. As part of her childhood training from a young age, Grey Nutty's grandmother instructed her in cannon lance handling and maintenance. On one hand, wanting to steel herself through such a course, and on the other, hoping she may also come to pass this skill down through her family. Regrettably, before Grey Nutty finished this course, her grandmother laid on her sickbed, never to wake again. And while the elders, fuck her, I don't care. While her elders once solemnly vowed to finance Grey Nutty's studies, they never made good on their commitment. In the end, Grey Nutty could only teach herself, diligently rounding off the remainder of the course. All right. How long is yours, bro? Okay, yours is very short. I was gonna say, if yours is long, I'm gonna... Jesus Christ. These take so fucking long. And it's just me reading. I'm reading Justice Knights, and we'll do Neurals after. I need like a break from just reading all this fucking text on my screen in the same voice. Justice Knight. She knows that she's a robot. Justice Knight at the Pinus Sylvestris nightclub, tasked at Rhodes Island with cover fire support. Token, the flag of Justice Knight. When it's time for its regular switch out and cleaning, be kind and lend her a hand. More than 4 years times in service from Raytheon. Date of release. So they have a birthday? January 21st. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing the Roy one. Everything is long. I know, Shin, but like at least in like the visual novel, I do like different voices. There's different backgrounds. There's different music. Like there's variety than just this big a bunch of text on the screen, you know? So inspection report. Small amount of wear on outer casing. Structure intact, normal durability. Generator and chassis in good condition. Auxiliary systems operating normally. Targeting unit calibrated. Service normal. ECU in good condition. That sounds like you're like starting a goddamn spaceship. Especially when you say auxiliary systems. Saying auxiliary systems sounds like you're starting a goddamn ship in Star Wars. Justice Knight is a Raytheon Exister S1044 model four-wheeled operation platform customized by a Kashmirsian engineer. Later remodeled and upgraded by Mayor Enclosure. Oh. Just thinking of when Justice Knight started talking and Wildmane got upset or got offended and left and never went back to the engineering department ever. Owing to its main searchlight function lacking use value and its cover fire capacity being limited in its target market, its production had been halted. Before the Rhodes Island Engineering Department got their hands on her, Justice Knight had already gone through a dozen modifications, big and small. Her present capabilities are easily a far cry from the original model. Her old operating system and command memory were damaged, unable to be recovered. After a swap for her new core hardware as an expanded memory unit, an updated operating system, plus additional artificial voice system, she's now hardly distinguishable from Raytheon Industries' latest operation platforms. Justice Knight is a member of Pinus Sylvestris nightclub and is currently authorized for use by Rhodes Island. Thanks to all manner of upgrades, her original Master Wildmane is carried out on her. Aside from her initial cover fire capacity, Justice Knight has grown a list of everyday abilities such as watering flowers, transporting takeout, recharging game consoles. For Justice Knight, providing quick and convenient service is one of her callings. Her previous abandonment very much weighs on her, and ever since her retrieval and rebooting by Wildmane outside of recharging and maintenance hours, she'll actively hang around with others. That's so cute, but her previous abandonment weighs heavy on her. Bro, that goddamn line. That goddamn line. Where is it? Can I hear it? No, that's... is it audio? All right, where is it? It's mission failure, isn't it? Operation failure.
Please don't throw Justice Knight away again. また Justice Knight を捨てるのをおやめください。请不要再一次丢弃正义号。
Justice Knight.
Justice Knight를 버리지 말아주세요.
The Korean delivery is really good. All right, I'm taking a break before we do Neurals. Neurals is the goddamn Bible reading. Like what? Also, excellent, outstanding, excellent. Jesus Christ, the glaze is absurd, bro. It's deserved. We'll read the top part. It feels as calming as ever to have her by your side. Neural, the radiant light draped in the burning sun. Her step-breaking mist returns from Kashmir's to your side. Bro, can I get a raw for that one? Holy crap. A Kashmir's nightly coat of arms restored to splendor. After a meticulous polishing, the Pegasus's golden wings give off an awe-inspiring glow. No signs of iridium infection. Crazy. All right. We're coming back to these. I need a break. Okay. So we're doing Farewell Roy, and that's in To Be Continued. Farewell Roy. Fuck Roy. I hope this is his goddamn funeral. How do I get there? I don't... Is it Tales of Terra for that one? That's Castelian Rescue. Is it main story then? For the arc? There it is. No, not the... Hold on, not see you soon. Why did my brain go to see you soon? Hold on. Where's To Be Continued? You just looked at it, did I? Hold on. Right here. Sorry. Okay. So long. Oh, it's So Long, Roy. I don't have the tape. I don't got the mixtapes. Fuck. There we go. So Long, Roy. Farewell, Roy. Okay. What are the other stories here? I got plenty of red certs, so it's good. I can't really tell what the other ones are about. They just gave this background music? What do you get for record restoration for this? Oh, the Anakiel skin. From the snow realms to siesta, Siracusa to Kashmir, seawater splashes from one end and soon turns to snowflakes on the other. People are the same. Migration, contact, solitude, reunion. Even after the camera lens moves away, life goes on. Damn. His cover definitely looks the best. Besides, like, True Story looks kind of cool too. Like if I was at like a bookshop, you know. Excuse me. Deserved glaze. KDCC reading Neural's medical report be like... What's this? Raws when she ICBMs directly into Shiny's crotch in chapter 14. Hey, yo. We continue with Tales of Terra. My bad. I didn't realize. The chapter 14 was peak. We should rewatch that. Relive that. Okay. Farewell, Roy. What does this little bitch boy got? Why do I want to join the Armless Union? What a weird question. This is your organization, old man. What's there to explain? Whoa! Whoa! Hold on. We getting what's your name? Dark Snot? Darkness? Arknights? Dark Steel. Dark Steel, that's what it is. So does this count as my interview? I heard all the companies around town do stuff like this now. Are we going to interview every new recruit from now on? Should I start calling you boss? Stop being such a pain in the ass. The way I see it, there's no difference between a hitman agency and any other business. Show up to work, do some overtime, then make that someone else's problem. If I had to give you a reason, then it's probably for the extra cash. Sure as hell beats what I'd make hunting foul beasts. It's the same stuff anyways. You aim, you shoot. Of course, the higher paying job's got to motivate you more. Isn't that right, boss? After all, everyone just wants to live the good life. Damn! Why are they going after him? When is this supposed to take place chronologically? Is this after? The fact that his helmet's off makes me think it is. The Armorless Union's hitmen. How did you find this place? Bruh. Does that really matter at this point? Celebrities such as yourself naturally attract attention with their every move. When did this come out? When did To Be Continued release? Well, you've done your due diligence, good sir. How should I put this? We're hardly the ones who can track you down. There are plenty of people who have it in for you. Beating them all to the punch was no small feat. Time is of the essence. I do hope you can trust our good intentions. Trust you? The Armorless Union speaking to me of trust. If that's a joke, I'm not laughing. Got the whole squad laughing just before the first Sirakusa, then oh my god. When necessary, we are also capable of not being armless union. Monique looks so tired. Hitman, is this the reason you sent your subordinates to die by my hand? Are you planning to... Shh, some things are better kept to yourself. Ooh. A man as wise as you surely understands this. Do us a little favor and you'll earn yourself an out. It's a pretty good deal if you ask me. You scratch our back, we scratch yours, so how about it? I believe he says that in fucking shorts. Shorts and tights. Just blood waffling about. The Armless Union's Lazarite rank. How about it? Sounds pretty powerful, doesn't it? Honestly, the pay isn't half bad either. In a way, it's not too different from being a competition knight. You earn your keep by putting your life on the line. Hold on. Who's being interviewed here? You don't get paid the big bucks without taking a few risks, right? That said, after more than a decade in the business, it's time to hang up the hat. Oh! Quit while you're ahead. The simplest truth to live by. Why swim against the current of the era? There are more stable sources of income, so why burn your life away? Bring your ship back to port when the time's right. How could being someone else's underling possibly feel as good as being your own boss? Ooh. I thought you guys were selling soap. The surgery is scheduled in 2 hours. Be sure to show up on time. Starting tomorrow, your new name will be Joel Terrell, and in 2 days, the company will put in a word for us, so don't mess it up. Also, the General Chamber's peoples don't seem to completely buy that we died along with the Blood Knight. Not yet, anyway. Ooh. The Armless Union is already preparing to select the next Lazarites before the investigators have even left. Doug, I feel like that's a pretty tall mantle. Like I don't think you can just like appoint people that role as easily. I know that's how they operate. I know that's how Platinum and Malkowitz ended up in their roles, but still, you know. In other words, lay low and spare us any unnecessary trouble until this all blows over. Hey, are you even listening? Huh? Oh, yes, of course. Ma'am, I'd like to have the most expensive meal set. No need for a bag. I'll be eating here. Oh, and make it extra spicy, please. Okay, so what were you saying, Monique? Go die in a ditch. What an awful thing to say. Why, if I died, poor Mrs. Terrell would end up a widow. She sure hung up fast. Seems like everything's going smoothly. Even if the board of directors has its doubts, it's already too late. As for the Blood Knight, if he knows what's good for him, he'll keep his head down and not make a mess of things. After all, everyone's too busy looking out for number one. No one will lose sleep over a couple of tools going missing. I probably don't have to worry about Darksteel either. All that's left is a face transplant and a new identity. That's all that's left? Oh, that's it? I feel like Darksteel could snuff you out. That's probably why you do need a face transplant, bro. Guess I'll be kissing goodbye to this handsome mug then. Yeah, damn. Both their designs are pretty good, even if his bitch boy... Wait, just take it. Just go back to Isn't your hair fake? Aren't your Jordans fake? Just change your clothes and take the hair dye out. You'll be fine. Who knows how I'll look when it's done, but somehow I doubt I'll be quite as gorgeous. Alas, what a pity. You'd get along with this guy that waves a flag around at Rhodes Island. You should check him out. The former Lazarite stands on the street, concealed beneath the shadows of the neon lights. He lifts his hands to pat his cheeks while aimlessly looking out at the bright city lights. The most recent news headlines are being broadcast on the big screen on the side of a skyscraper. All the other screens dotting the cityscape large and small play roughly the same thing. Their clashing noises and flashing lights enough to make one a bit dizzy. The Blood Knight was attacked by unknown assailants in his scheduled countryside home. There were traces of an intense struggle, and has been confirmed that the blood left at the scene belongs to the former champion himself. Damn. Or it's just you? Shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? Like 5 kinds of fuck. I'm not that much of a fuckboy, right? He's a much shittier person than I am. There is a spectrum, you know. The bodies of the attackers were also found at the scene. Experts have commented that it is highly unlikely that the Blood Knight survived such a fierce battle, which is consistent with the large quantities of blood found. The leading theory at the moment is that our former champion, weakened after his battle with the Radiant Knight, exhausted the last of his strength and passed away along with his assailants. For more information, please stay tuned to our follow-up program, The Truth Behind the Attack on the Blood Knight. Those bastards, what truth? It's all a bunch of baloney. That's not even how you spell baloney. How could the Blood Knight be defeated by mere assassins? Not a chance in hell. He's probably just laying low because he doesn't want those media bloodsuckers bothering him over an injury. They only care about the next scoop. That's true, we read all those tabloid articles. And damn, the whole lot of those shameless murderers, gutter-dwelling pests. The Blood Knight would never go down like this. Calm down, you can say what you want. Just stop flailing your arms like, ouch, that's my head. Huh? Sorry, I got a bit too worked up there. You alright? Yeah, I'm fine. I guess this just isn't my lucky day. Alright, boo-hoo. Hey, you over there. Yeah, you didn't get hit, did you? You alright, man? He didn't hit you on the head too? Huh? Sorry, were you talking to me? Who else is there? There's only the three of us squatting by the food stall in the middle of the night. I suppose so. I appreciate the concern, but I'm fine. I was just in shock after hearing the news. The news is nothing but a load of shit. Those carrion lickers only care about the scent of blood and death. They don't give a damn about whether the Blood Knight lives or dies. They don't know a goddamn thing, which is why they can run their mouths like that. I wonder why they convinced him to go along with this, though. Like, the Blood Knight was like an idol. Do you remember the chants that they got? They got the freaking, you know, the Blood Knight, the Blood Knight, the Blood Knight, the Blood Knight. I said that like 87 times at least. And you're on all those spectrums, bro. Find the nearest window and open it up because it's hot out. There's a specter, correct? What? Specter? Where? I feel like we're kind of missing a story I remember for Near Light. They didn't do the shit where they put some in the EX stages, did they? After being defeated by the Radiant Knights, the former champion, yada yada. Tisk. As long as you pick a good clickbait title, you can easily farm a few days worth of ad revenue. No, no one with a bit of curiosity can resist. It's just the latest way to make a quick buck these past 2 days. You shouldn't be this token of consumerism. Well said, you're exactly right. Our company does some business with the night competitions. I ran into him a few times while following the project, but our holdings went down the drain as soon as the news came out. Personally, I'm a big fan, so I hope he's alright. That's more than enough reason to treat you to a drink then. Huh? I mean, as an apology for what just happened. How about it? Are you too scared to have a drink with an infected? But I have work tomorrow. Woohoo. Well, whatever. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Yeah! You pick the place then. Heh, I like your guts. How about you then? Wanna all go together? Me? Actually, I have some things I need to attend to soon. Still, fate has brought us together, and kindness is hard to find these days, so why not? Lead the way. Hell yeah, new drinking buddies. Great, follow me. No shot. Cheers. Cheers. Wrap it up, you two. I'm not made of money, you know. Actually, I recognize you. You're the one who competed today. That, Iron Wrist Knight. Wow, I can't believe I got my head smacked by Iron Wrist Knight's Iron Wrist. That's gotta be worth at least a point. Come on, I already apologized, didn't I? Too bad about today. You almost got the win. If only the other side didn't get that supply pack. I bet you on you, you know? Really? Why would you do that? Because the odds were good. Why else? Oh, makes sense. Yeah, they got the Kalshi and the freaking FanDuel bullshit over here. Insane. Just so you know, you shouldn't bet on infected knights next time. They won't let us win. I gave it my all, but still failed. I doubt the people behind the scenes are very happy with me after my last showing. Whoa, that sounds awful. If only I had the Blood Knight's skills. He still lost to the Radiant Knight, though. Sorry. Shouldn't have brought that up. By the way, what do you do? Are you some sort of knight too? Nothing of the sort. I'm just a hunter from the sticks who occasionally stops by the big city. I usually hunt foul beasts and can sometimes even turn a profit if they manage to fetch a good price. But it's been rough these days, so I've been thinking about how to make it big in the city. Like becoming a competition knight, you can make a lot of quick cash if you manage to win. Nah, forget it. I don't have what it takes to be a knight anyway. I'm no good at fighting. You got a good head on your shoulders then. The knight competitions may be glamorous, but only a small handful of us make any real money. Not the kind of thing you want to be worried about. Heck, I wouldn't be doing this either if I had a choice. Life has a way of messing with us all, brother. You said it. Back then, all I ever thought about was how much better life would be in the big city. If I could go back in time, I'd tell myself from a few years back to just forget about Karolelki. Should have stayed home and worked an honest job. I'd rather spend my entire life farming than doing whatever I'm doing now. Agreed. Only a tiny minority are able to make good money. But even then, what the best paid competition night earns is nothing compared to the real profit that the companies behind them are making. You've had too much to drink, my man. Nah, I'm totally sober. What do you think? If I get infected, you think I'll get the day off tomorrow? I think there might be an easier way for that, bro. I don't know if you need deadly disease, but I don't think you'll be working at your company tomorrow if you got infected, or the day after that, or the day after that, believe it or not. Nearest window's the one my AC's switching to. I thought you were gonna say go find your nearest window and toss yourself off of it. I was, but I had to make sure you were paying attention, and I get in trouble for saying that. This shit where stuff is only visible during the event's rerun disappears when it goes to the record restoration. Also, lead the whole conclusion to a character arc. Dog, why is there so much in this? Read Hibiscus and the newspapers. There's mini stories. Cinder, can you permit or sorry, baby girl, can you permit Captio for some links for me? That weren't in the document. That weren't in the document. Actually, I got you. Hold on. There you go. Thank you. Holy moly. Why is there so many? Oh my god, bro. Are they on the story reader? Or is this? Is that this? They don't seem to there it is. Okay. Escape, choice, and long road. Bruh. Are we not gonna... I don't think we're making it to Obscure Wanderer then today, fellas. Like, why is there so much? All right, well... We're already like halfway through this one, I think. So we're gonna finish the Roy one, and then we're gonna double back. Do you guys think he'll get the day off if he gets infected? Maybe, but forget tomorrow. He'll never have to go to work again. That's what I was just saying. Just pretend I didn't say anything. Maybe I am drunk after all. Sorry, my head's starting to spin. But it seems like you really are out of it, so I'll restrain myself and not beat the shit out of you. Just don't ever crack a joke like that again, because if you do, you're taking a trip to the hospital to get stitches in for your nose. Honestly, hell yeah, deserved. It won't happen again. To be honest, I always wanted to be a knight ever since I was a little kid. Not a competition knight, mind you, something much older, the kind my grandpa's generation really looked up to. Campaign knights? You mean like those campaign knights that entered the city not too long ago? Yeah, I know I don't have the skills for that. Look at it this way. Their way of fighting is totally outdated. What can you accomplish these days with brute strength alone? Sure, nobody's arguing with that, but we've got to fight, like it or not. Phew, boss, pour me another one. Marcin, on it. Get on it. If you ask me, everyone wants a better life, and the best way to do that is to get into business. You want to get into the business world? Yeah, I guess. Preferably a large corporation. A 9-to-5 cubicle sort, but you know, being a salesman doesn't sound half bad either. I think I'd be pretty good at it. You absolutely give fucking salesman post, like, used to be in a frat type salesman vibes. I heard big companies give bonuses to outstanding employees too. What could be better than earning a stable salary? When you put it like that. You're too naive. Huh? Working in a corporation isn't as easy as you think. Well, it's just a pipe dream anyway. Everyone knows it's tough getting into a good company. True, it's tough, but that's still the easy part. Getting in is just the beginning. Everyone's on this big woe is me right now at the bar. The problem is, once you're in, you can't get out. That's the hard part. Dog, do you just work for Bernie Madoff or something? You in a pyramid scheme? You in the mob? You can't get out? Today, I actually ditched work. I didn't show up. I originally wanted to take some time off, but I'm out of vacation days for the year, so I didn't even bother replying. You were gone the whole day and nobody even bothered to call you. My phone's dead. Forgot to charge it last night. Oh, you're fucked, dude. You're not making it tomorrow. You're unemployed tomorrow. Good man. Are you sure that's not going to be a problem? It's a problem, all right. A big problem. Scratch what I said earlier. Maybe you're a little too gutsy. Is this what you'd call having guts? My tongue's completely numb. My stomach's empty. My brain's faring about as well. Ugh, no, I just had to drink a whole bunch so there's alcohol in my stomach and water in my head. What the hell are you on about? Quite the unique saying you came up with there. I like it. That said, I feel pretty good now that I can't hear my ringtone. At least I can fool myself into thinking everything's fine. Gaslight yourself, true. So real, corporate employee. With all due respect, that feeling won't last forever. As soon as you charge your phone, jeez, I don't even want to think about it. Then let's not. I'm starting to get the chills again. Even I'm starting to feel sick to my stomach. Whatever, I made peace with it. There's no shortage of grunts like me. You've got the more experienced old hands, the more gung-ho young guns. No point in delaying the inevitable. I'm just worn out, man. I just want to take a day off where I don't have to worry about anything. So real, corporate employee. Holy crap. If I'm really going to get fired over this, then so be it. At least that spares me from all the agonizing over not being able to make up my mind. And honestly, you'll get a severance package, maybe. Or maybe they don't believe in that here, because nothing good exists in Kashmir, so... Besides the women. You really do have nerves of steel. You're not afraid at all? Can't you tell I'm joking? Of course I'm afraid. I still haven't paid off my mortgage. So I'm gonna head home and pull an all-nighter writing a report for the head of the department about how I was in a coma all day from a serious illness and accidentally broke my phone. That might be a bit of a stretch. Just a bit. Who cares if it's true or not? All that matters is having an excuse to step down. Alright, that's enough for today. No more drinking. Boss, give me the tab. You sure know how to take advantage of a guy's hospitality. Picking all the expensive drinks, eh? I do appreciate it. Ah, what a rare treat to enjoy a friend's hospitality on one of my few trips to the city. To show my thanks, can I offer you a suggestion? What, me? Why don't you spend the night here at the bar? I took a look and it's going to be open all night with plenty of customers. And tomorrow morning, find another place with lots of people. Try to keep your head down in the crowd. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? That's all I have to say. I'll be off now. That's crazy. He's gone just like that, huh? Didn't even care to elaborate. Well, I better be getting going too. What about you? You're gonna listen to him and drink all night? Later, the old man told me that he's a dark steel, and I might be cut out to become a Lazarite. Literally, don't come to school tomorrow, bro. What? No shame picking the expensive drinks. True, I got an expensive drink over the weekend too. $17, expensive. First funny is a little fuckboy, but he is pretty funny. Have your arm cut off, midnight competition, get it shipped to your home. Call that a severance package, bro. It reminds me of Michael Scott, not just Steve. Just very Steve Carell shaped. The corporate employee. He may have been as cold and shady as his rank, but I don't think there's anything particularly blue about me. Oh, not that I'm trying to argue with you, boss. Lazarite suits me just fine. When the old man picked me up, well, I won't say that since I was doing perfectly fine by myself and didn't need to be picked up. Basically, I had just hunted 2 foul beasts at the time, scalded off the plumage, bled them out, and had them ready for eating after some time over the fire pit. They came out pretty good. The old man ate a foul beast and a half all by himself, left me with 2 heads, a pair of claws, and 1 leg. After he finished, he started talking like one of those high and mighty folks out of the storybooks. Even without a teacher or any tools, you're still able to hunt these slippery foul beasts. They can be difficult even for the experienced hunters your age. You've got a natural talent. How about it, child? Want to live the good life? Of course, how could I not? I must have been drunk as hell too, ended up wasting all that time because I somehow believed what he said. The sun's almost up, better start heading back. What's the dealio? Ah, it's so cold. This is what karaoke looks like at this hour. There's hardly anyone around. The trash everywhere hasn't been cleaned up yet, and there are discarded night posters all over the ground. People are all trash. Who's there? Bruh! You try to keep him alive. Dude's getting shot. You people are Iron Wrist Knight. By refusing to cooperate with the General Chamber, you've impeded the path for others. The Blood Knight can no longer protect you. The whole deal with pawning my life off to them. The more time passes, the more I see things clearly. The knights are commodities they hoard inside their warehouses. The assassins are weapons they wield. And what of public opinion? It's their best tool for manipulation, and they've studied it thoroughly. Money and power and cashmeres, these two things are often inextricably linked. Hey, I'm not saying you have to become a tycoon or anything, but look, if you want to live a better life, you have to rub shoulders with those people. Most people are fine climbing over others, one rung at a time, but when will you ever be free from someone else's control? So just don't think about it too much. If you're privileged enough to try to live a better, more comfortable life. At least now I won't be asked to take someone's life over the phone anymore. If something goes wrong, getting hurt is the least of our worries. We'll need a good excuse to pull the wool over the boss's eyes, right? All right, you can open your eyes now. You look fine. He's got his rebrand, his re-debut. If you keep stroking your face like that, I'm going to make you need another one. Egads, Monique, I shudder at the thought. Bro unironically said egads, and you guys compared me to him? Shut the fuck up. Roy 2.0. Yeah. Wait a second. Hold on. Where have I heard that before? Should I start saying egads? Egads. Having bandages all over my faces. How should I put this? New and exciting. He's a freak. Donna Terrell, and you're Joel Terrell. You better not mess it up again after the doctor comes back. Oh, right. Our titles have changed too. We're husband and wife now, right? She shudders at the thought. Oh, are you blushing? Did they carve out your eyeballs? No need to be so hostile. Well, this arrangement might be a bit... Well, it's fine. Oh, and don't worry. You're just as easy on the eyes as before. So they definitely carved out your eyeballs. I see you're awake now. How are you doing? You chose to go with the accelerated program. Though Originium Arts can speed up the process, you won't need multiple surgeries. There are still corresponding risks. You won't be able to remove the bandages for a while, and I suggest returning for a follow-up once a month to ensure the most stable results. Thank you. I feel great already, but I don't think the follow-ups will be necessary. We'll figure out something on our own. Thank you for your hard work, Doctor. They killed him! That was sudden. You're gonna have to figure out how to get rid of the body on your own. I didn't have a choice. Nobody can be allowed to know about this. I could have chosen my words better, but I meant what I said. Dead men tell no tales. Holy shit. What in the frickin' Pirates of the Caribbean? By the way, did you hear about what the General Chamber did to a group of infected knights who had been following the Blood Knight? I ran into one of them last night just to make sure. I've heard a thing or two, but it's none of my business. And I suggest you keep your shiny new nose out of it too. Don't forget we've got nothing to do with the Armless Union now. Heh, I suppose you're right. It's none of our business now. Alright, we're about to start a brand new chapter of our lives. What's the plan? If we're gonna sell stuff, are we really gonna run a business? Even if you wanted to, Darksteel will never let you. It's already be a miracle you didn't scare off all our customers. Please, do I even have the talent to mess anything up? We have everything we could ever want now, but I still need something to kill the time. You've got time to kill. Kind of. You in the mood to go hunting, just the two of us? And go buy a villa out in the countryside. I'll teach you how to hunt foul beasts. Nobody's better than me. Heh, hunting for sport. Never could have imagined that back when I was scraping by in the woods. I've simply never had the free time, and now I've got nothing but free time, so I might as well treat myself. Seems like all that free time fried your brain then. You can go by yourself. I'm going on vacation, preferably someplace nice like Dossel's or Siesta. You won't catch me dead in the boonies. True, Dossel's and Siesta are peak. Go hang out there, Monique. We get Monique or Donna. Playable Donna. Seriously, after all the work it took you to make this day possible, you're just reminiscing about your childhood. What are you planning? Honestly, who knows? If I can live a better life, I'll try to do exactly that. No need to sweat the details. If your brain malfunctions and you decide to go live in a wave or whatever, or live in a cave or whatever, you might as well transfer all your assets to me first. I'll send you my bank account number when we get back. If something happens to me, you'd inherit everything I own anyway, just from our legal status. Good point. Might as well speed up the process then. How cruel. Anyway, enough of that. After I tie up some loose ends, how about we go on that vacation I suggested? Give it a thought, alright? Wherever you decide to go, why not make it a team effort? That's strangely romantic. Farewell, Roy. Apparently, DC did see a mention of a couple in Dossel's story. I was just going to ask if they were mentioned. Anyone from Casimir's or something? That'd be funny. All right, we got more hacking story stuff to read. More random ass things. I'll keep this BGM on for now. All right. So we're backtracking a bit now. Now that we know what ended up happening to them, we got Escape, this one's called. Monique. Team 3, follow my lead. Centuria doesn't get to decide where she goes. Stop her at all costs, dead or alive. I was gonna say we didn't get much additional info on Platinum. What's this? Oh, you get background music on this website? I didn't know that. Shit, guys. Oh, it's kind of cut off for you guys. Oh wait, hold on. It like kind of follows a flow. It played the sound effect on its own. Gonna end up behind if I do that though, I think. Because I don't know. This is an 11-minute read. I can try refreshing, but stop her at all costs, dead or alive. Roger. And whatever you do, do not let uninvolved parties know what's going on. Execute the plan. It seems like when I scroll there, it's automatically playing, maybe. This is the choice you made, Centuria. Oh, it's when I scroll, it does it. Okay, that's really cool, actually. Hell yeah, story reader peak. I thought it was just play the sound effects like after a set time. So I was like, oh man, we're gonna read too slow for this. Like, if Roy was here, I wouldn't stand the slightest chance, but short one, Laz, right? If we're just talking about escape, then, like, I might have a pretty good shot. Like, who would ever expect that the Platinum of the Armless Union would one day be hiding in Area 0 that is controlled by the Adeptus Radilui? Like, looks like break time's over. Would you really be hiding over here? We've searched everywhere else. True. Lighter on your toes, though. Don't alert the patrolling campaign knights. The situation in this place is way too precarious right now. I know. Like, I'm still pretty far from the nearest port. After crossing the industrial sector from Area 0, I'll have to decide if I want to take the residential sector or commercial sector to the docks. It's way too far. But, like, if I can at least make it out of the industrial sector, I'll have sort of a fighting chance. Who's over there? Stop sneaking around and reveal yourself. Lifts short bow. ... You an infected or something else? Just a little closer. Found something? There's something there, right around the corner. I'll cover you, okay. Look at that. It's Platinum's quiver. She must be around here. Like, don't move. Like, tell me, where's Monique headed? What's she planning? Tell me and I might let you live. I don't think she will. I don't know. We're both armless here. You know exactly what those words mean. Maybe you could use some help jogging your memory. Report again. Talk to me. One of our teams was detained by the Adeptus Radilui while searching Area 0. Detained? They seem to have run into campaign knights during their mission. They were all injured. Should we... They think we're just in Area 0. Take out the KGCC's dirty laundry. Let them think that. Things aren't so simple. And where's the gathering in Area 0? Residential sector. Good. Notify the hunters in the residential sector to start moving in on the commercial sector. It's actually pretty nice to read through, dude, with the sound effects and you can have the background music playing. Obviously, I don't know if the background music like changes based on where you're at in the reading, but if it can automatically play sound effects while you're scrolling, it probably can. Reporting in. Talk to me. Platinum has appeared at the specified location. Get ready to round her up. Roger. Team 3 should be enough to catch her, but how much does she know about the way we hunt? If she tries to flee to the main street. It's me. If you have so much free time on your hands, why not come help out? We all have our own jobs to do, no? I'm a busy man, you know? So what's the situation? I'm a busy man. Roy definitely would be the type to say, of course I come fast. I'm a busy man. I got places to be. Classic Roy moment. My team will flush her out, and I will personally finish the job. Clean and quick. Today's a good day to hunt. I don't think Monique has succeeded on any of her missions. I don't. I think she's gone like 0 for 5 in all the times that we've seen her. She's been cool, but she's lost every single time. She's absolutely on fraud watch. Glad to hear it, but just in case, let me remind you once more. The KGCC has realized that they've lost control of Darksteel, but we aren't ready yet. Don't let them catch wind of which side we're on. For the Neural Trilogy, yeah. I mean, she's a problem. Don't get me wrong, but yeah. Definitely got clowned on. She tries. Of course I don't miss, not even my virginity. What? Monique? Or are you talking Roy? Maybe both, actually. I know. Centuria still holds the platinum seat on the board of directors. Make sure to come up with a good excuse. Roy? Don't worry, just in case. Those three magnanimous bosses of ours will do us a favor. There we go, the music did change. Like, almost there. Once I get through the commercial sector, I can get out of Kajimir's. Drop your weapon, Platinum. Monique promises that as long as you do what we say and head back, the Union is willing to overlook your betrayal. Heh, we're all armorless here. Spare me the horse shit. Horse shit? You can't say that. Especially as a horse. What does that equate to? That's like me saying, spare me the human shit. Her opponent is shining, bro. I know, right? She got clowned on. Karanta shit. Racist joke. Spare me the human shit. Can't believe she said that. She's got a potty mouth. I love Platinum too. Don't even try to resist. We blocked off all the exits and you have nowhere to run. If you know what's good for you, you'll... Man, I love Platinum. Like, leave the negotiations to the professionals. You bunch should work on your aim first. As long as I can blend in with the crowd in the commercial sector, then, like, I'll still have a chance. Just a little more. Some are already moving to guard the exits. In any case, she's still Platinum. She won't go down without a fight. After her, don't disappoint Monique. Where do you think you're going? Surrender already, Platinum. Like, let's try this again. I don't want to end up like the old man, dying in a place like this. At least let me die somewhere I can see the sky. Do it. Ha! Explosion? Down to my last arrow, huh? Gravel? What young knights need is experience, not the decadence brought by competition knights weaned on the teats of prosperity. Rhodes Island is a trustworthy company. They've won Gravel's loyalty, and there's no reason to let her go out and see the world. That is what the Grand Knight said to my master. Whoa, Gravel, your impression is pretty dead on, even if you don't change your voice at all. The doctor? I agree, it's amazing. ... How come you never told me you could do that? The key is to hit all the important points. I wouldn't even call it a skill. It's just that I had to relay messages to my master a lot. This master, do you mean the Knight Primus of the family that raised you? Yes. Did he agree to let you go? I haven't tried to convince him yet, but I will do it. The last time I brought it up, he got so mad he chased me out of the house. I see. Ha! Like, almost there. Just a bit more. Huh? Platinum and Hibiscus? What? Gravel, red eyes. Look, it's red eyes, Gravel. Such a cool sprite. In a flash, Gravel's blade finds its way to Platinum's neck. Again? The only reason she stays her hand is the total exhaustion of the powerful enemy before her. Killing her couldn't be any easier. Are you okay? Ow, I'm fine, but you're seriously hurt. Trouble seems to have found you, Platinum. Like, none of your business. She can't walk straight, but I'm not seeing any open wounds. Is she just exhausted her? It's the Armless Union. They've caught up. Rebel, or are you the traitor? Look at the change in the sprites. Like, look, she has, like, you know, her kind of like normal expression, and then just the red eyes is so cool. Doctor. ... The illusion of choice. The armless collapse on the ground before you is nothing like the elegant assassin of your impressions. You're like the doctor from Rhodes Island. Are the outsiders all like you? Hell yeah. Red eyes, white girl, go. Gravel, lock in. Exactly. Gravel, I'm here. I don't expect the Armless Union to let us off easily. We may be in danger as soon as we leave the protection of the Adeptus Praedilui. The KGCC is just a single shield, one that won't hold for long. Ooh. To be honest, I was hoping to bring this up with you. After all, the enemy operates from the shadows, and Cashimir's the Armless Union has countless ways to torment your company. Right. Hibiscus, tend to her wounds first. Gravel, hold back the Armless Union. Go, 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 go! As you wish. Hold on, okay? You listening, Miss Armless? Like, why? I'll explain on the way back. We can talk about your payment later. I just have a big heart. Helping others is like helping myself. Hell yeah, doctor. So that's how she joined us? We just kidnapped her? We scooped her up? I just realized we didn't have her files on the agenda either. After her, we must have let her get away. Contact Monique. Damn it, why are you getting in our way? Who knows? Look at your smile. Maybe this is why the Radiant Knight was willing to trust Rhodes Island. We don't have time to waste on you. That's right. We're short on time. To make matters worse, our activities have been exposed to a campaign night. Judging by your tone, you plan on killing me. For some time now, it seems that whenever I try to get some work done, uninvited guests always end up getting in my way. Yeah, you're 0 for like 6, bro. That's what I was saying. Platinum unemployed. Why is everyone unemployed? Honestly, she just needs a vacation. She'd be a little bit more motivated, maybe. So sorry about that, Lazarite. I have a request from the doctor. By its nature, that takes priority over work. I can't take you in a fight head on, but stopping you from landing a clean shot should be no problem for me. Rhodes Island, huh? Without the Radiant Knights and those strange Sarkas behind you, don't you think you're overestimating yourself a bit? Even from this distance, I can hardly put an arrow through both the doctor of yours and Platinum. Hardly a tall ask. Can easily put an arrow through both of us. Gravel, bite her ass. Your presumptuousness is about to cost you a lot more lives, Knight. Let's see if you can stop me. She can stop her. Ha! Wait, hold on. Monique, I know. Who gave you permission to order me around? Platinum, we have no more need for a Platinum. Go to hell along with the meddlesome Sarkas doctor. Damn it. Her pride forbids her from missing again. Monique draws back her longbow. Gravel, bite her ass. Bite her. Bite her. Who dares to harm Rhodes Island's medical staff? What? The arrow's steel head corrodes and deteriorates. The shaft gradually softens into a branch with young shoots, falling gently into her hand. The figure in the distance is but a wavering speck, and Monique feels a discomfort spreading throughout her entire body. It is a sense of imminent danger. The small Capernade takes gentle steps forward, bearing a calm and leisurely casting pose that seems ill-suited to the battlefield. What? Touch? What do you mean? Get touched, idiot. I can't believe this is my goddamn, like, touch debut. Year 2 reveal. This is before IS? Holy crap, guys. We just got touched. Get touched is crazy. Actually, no. Touch showed up in chapter 15. I just don't remember what voice I gave her. I feel like I made her British. Yeah, right? Like if you're in the streets of London, and you walk down an alley, you're gonna get touched by a knife in your back. So she's British. I was just thinking how rarely my line of work brings me back to the landship, and how nice it would be to touch base again. To touch base again. Imagine my surprise when I happened across this lovely scene. Who are you? You aren't privy to that information, Armalus. It's normally against my principles to interfere with matters outside of work, but just now you seem to have shown clear hostilities against a fleeing member of Rhodes Island. That isn't allowed, Armalus. Yo! Monique just got touched. She corroded the arrowhead. That's crazy. That's insane. Yeah. Easy now. Your wounds are deep. Don't worry. Once we get through the commercial sector, we'll be able to see Rhodes Island. What happened to her sprite? Why is it so like droopy? Platinum has not slept since she started running 3 days ago. She dared not eat or drink out of fear that anything she bought might be a trap set by the Armless Union. Damn. Straight up paranoid. Rhodes Island. Join us. Come make out with me, Platinum. Come home. I miss you. She turns and casts her gaze backwards. It's the doctor of Rhodes Island, the leader of a foreign organization that always ruins her plans. Her savior. Hell yeah. Ironic. She contemplates whether or not she wants to keep up her appearances in front of the doctor. She ponders whether or not she wants to ask to be taken away from the Grand Knight territory. She still is not awoken from beneath that encircled sky. What? Hold on. Ensorcelled. An adjective.
Ensorcelled.
Ensorcelled. To be enchanted, bewitched, or put under a spell. Beautiful. Monique had to get humbled by a high-skilled medic twice, literally. She got killed by medics! Fucking idiot! Incredible. Man, Platinum, come make out with me. Platinum, come kiss me, Platinum. It would appear that optimism alone is not enough for just two to stop a Lazarite. Really, I think we've done a pretty good job, given how many we're up against. That campaign knight is still able to put up a fight after taking such a beating because of your arts, huh? How do you know who I am? Are you from Kashmir's? You asked too many questions, Armalus. Let's try to work things out slowly. If that's what you want, you seem to be more of a medic than a sarcasm, but in other words, you can't hold me off for as long. Since you seem to know so much about the Armalus Union, then you should know that we have something much more terrifying. A cell phone. Please, go on. This knight and I were not the kind to kick others when they're down. She lets her take the call? That's almost disrespectful. Wait until Monique meets Monster. Yo, it's gonna be Monster meeting freaking, what's her name? Jenny or something? Monique got harnesses twice? Literally. Monique's on fraud watch. What was her name? Donna. Donna's even worse than Jenny. Jenny's at least cool. Donna just sounds old. Right. Fine. Have it your way. Have it your way. Monique, we're pulling out. Whoa! You can try. You can try to pull me out of Platinum, but good luck. Good luck, let me tell you. Campaign knights have noticed the commotion. Don't draw any unnecessary attention. Huh? But our scouts didn't find any knights nearby. Don't make me repeat myself. Yes, of course, all forces regroup. Consider yourself lucky. Lucky? We make our own luck, Armalus. Minar? I'm curious, Minar. This tired man. His eyes are closed the whole time. He's so eepy. He's so tired. Bro just wants a break and a vacation. I am pulling out a Monique. Chill. Well, that's fine. You can have her. She's kind of annoying to me. Frustrates me. Her and Roy piss me off, but I go back and forth on if I like them or not. How many years has it been? How many years have you spent tilling the lands of Kashmir's like a burden beast? Kirilla passed without seeing you change a single thing. How many enemies and opponents have you tormented, giving them no respite even in their nightmares? Even with you doing nothing at all, it took them so long to believe that Minar and Earl would no longer be a thorn in their side. You were still young back then. You were in your prime, but for Kirill's sake, and for the sake of the two kids that would come after you, you chose to remain in Kashmir's. Kirill! After all these years, even I thought you had long given up. But why now? Why did you decide to leave the Grand Knight territory? Who are you talking to? Man has forgotten true struggle. You don't need to know. You know that the Adeptus Bradilui's deepest secrets are still hidden under those gaudy lights, right? Beneath the Grand Knight territory's wall of champions? What did the Archivist tell you? No, someone that stubborn would never let anything slip. That means this was the Grand Knight's intention? I'm just enjoying my well-deserved vacation. True! You do deserve it. And I look forward to you returning to your post after your vacation, Minar. You don't need to worry about that. I've lived a very long time, Minar. While I still remember you ignited the Lythanian conspiracy, incandescent waves would swallow entire enemy formations. Lythanian mention. You culled those traitorous knights one by one like a farmer harvesting wheat. Or be careful not to scroll too much, just because if it shows a sprite, it'll spoil by like 2 lines or whatever, but still. The swings. The Radiant Knight's glow is but an empty pallor. What pleases me more is your boundless light, your wrath. And since then, I believe that if I ever saw your radiance once more, I would need to take your life. Yo. And you? After half a century, that is the first destination you would choose for the armorless union you crafted with your own hands. I was gonna say, is it Darksteel? I simply made the wisest decision. You should understand my rationale. Oh. Or has the Radiant Knight made you believe that the Neuro family can forge a new future? Have you accepted her idealistic, impossible path? You speak of paths and future. The Neural Knights have never needed others to judge the directions of their paths. I just didn't believe those girls had the power to stay on that path. Nor did I believe in the companions they found. But that was then. He realized. You have a point. You and the Radiant Knight are of a kind. The only difference is that you're more disillusioned than she is. You believe in the country less than she does. That's all. That's true. It's a pity. I had thought that our disillusionment and wrath were one and the same. You did everything you could to try to integrate into the General Chamber of Commerce. Don't you dare let me in with you. The time for reminiscing is over. What, is it not enough that the Armorless Union will no longer harm Rhodes Island and the Neural family? Is that not enough to show my sincerity? It is enough. Otherwise, your corpse would already be outside collecting the sun and rain. Oh! You know better than me than the things the Union has done. All the things the Union has done. We've never seen eye to eye, Darksteel. Ah, as harsh as ever. Goodbye, Minar. I hope that your vacation will prove fruitful. They say to us 3 Darksteels, but we don't even know if they're real 3. Right? Yeah, they're frauds. Actually, they're not frauds. Only if for nothing else, because of that one time there was that arrow. His angry face. Are you feeling any better? It stopped hurting, right? Like, just because the Lazarites went after me does not mean that I've lost my standing in the Union. I might still be answering to the board of directors. Like, you have to know that, but I think this will be a win-win situation. We'll figure it out. Darn you, after all the trouble we went through, can't you at least show some gratitude like a normal person? Thank you, Doctor. Yes, now let's have 6 children. Aura Master versus Aura Master. Bro, we established everyone's aura farming in Kazimier's, but they all suck too. Everyone that's not a named character sucks. You sure know how to put a girl in a rough spot, Doctor. Relax, Alec. The treatment works better that way. Thanks. Her smile's so cute. Gravel, how'd you end up with Instructor Touch? Sheer coincidence. Sorry, but would you mind letting me sit and chat for a bit? Ah, of course, Instructor, if you'd like. No need. I'm just here to report back to Amiya. Good work, you two. Taking on a Lazarite was no easy task, but this counts as a win, right? You owe me big time. Haha. Let's head back to Rhodes Island. Seems like you and Platinum have reached an agreement. Enemies one moment, chatting and shaking hands the next moment. That's special. Maybe I should take a break too. What are you plotting now, Armorless? Like, you're staring at me. How much gravel and platinum art is there? I haven't looked. You know? 6 is weak compared to the 517 of gold. Tons? Good. I gotta hit up some websites. Until you leave Kazimier's, no, until you get away from the Doctor, I'll always have my eye on you. After all, you said it yourself. If the Armless Union was ever to rebel, the KGCC might come to you in private. Don't think you're absolved of your sins just because the Doctor saved you, murderer. Your blood-stained hands will never know trust, Armless. Damn. Like, can't argue with that. But don't worry, at least for now, I have to work hard to earn the Doctor's trust. If you don't even know the basics, you'll never make it to the Grey Knight territory. Or never make it in the Grey Knight territory. Aren't they... didn't they leave, though? Or aren't they leaving the Grey Knight territory? Why would they want that? Why would she want to make it in the Grey Knight territory at this point? Are you making fun of me? Like, that's too much effort. Don't sweat it. Are you leaving Kazimier's with Rhodes Island? Oh, they're still okay. What's it to you? Like, rough times are ahead of us. This is the first time I've ever been on a land ship like this. That doctor really is strange. Strange? That's no way to talk about the one who saved your life. Fair enough. Will we come back here? Do you want to? No clue. Never gave it much thought. But for now, I just want to leave. Hell yeah, platinum, recruited. Do-do-do-do. We got her. We got her, boys. All right. So up next is Choice. This is considered a 9-minute read, and then there is Long Road, which is an 11-minute read. Let me get this up. We got Flametail. Choice. The three-way that came out of these two interactions. The what? Huh? All right, we gotta zip through this. We gotta at least start Obscure Wanderer. I put it in the thumbnail. I put it in the title. You know. You've been streaming for 2 hours and 20 minutes and no Obscure Wandering yet. We have not done any Obscure Wandering yet. No wandering has been done, obscure or otherwise. So do we all have to go to that Rhodes Island place for treatment? You don't have to go, you get to go. Just because you're used to living with neuropathy doesn't make it less dangerous. No matter how many things we still have to do, if our bodies fall apart first, what good are all those ideas? Well, you have a point. I sure do. Take care of yourself. It's been a while since we've gotten any serious neuropathy treatment. We Knights aren't the only ones affected either. There are still so many ordinary workers, farmers, and civilians with us. We can't force them to suffer through neuropathy. We can't let what happened to Jamie happen to anyone else. Right. Jamie! Jamie! Man. Jamie. Also, bro, they're bringing their whole ass, like, colony with them to Rhodes Island. It's crazy. Phew. Zona? Oh, Ashley, what's up? We talked to that sarcasmatic hibiscus. So, Rhodes Island has to leave the Grand Knight territory this afternoon. We have a lot of people with us, so we need to get ready ASAP. Alright, just seen anyone. I should be reaching out to the rest of the infected. Who can still be contacted. The Armless Union and General Chamber of Commerce really plan on giving up, huh? If what we learned is true, they should be a bit tied up right now with their own problems. Besides, Rhodes Island is still under the protection of the Adeptus Bradilui, at least for now. They're safe. What you staring at me for? What did Tolan say to you? Huh? Where did that come from all of a sudden? Ever since the two of you went to that village outside the Grand Knight territory, you're like a completely different person. Is the background CG just don't appear for the stream display? There, I don't even have one. What? I had dark mode turned on. I didn't know that was the thing. It was covered up. It is a little harder to read these though. Well, that's cool. I didn't know that. All right, hold on. What were they in this one? Black. This one. This one. This one. Same one. Black. That one. That one. That one. This one. This one. Still. The city. Back to that one. The woods. Munara's talking in the woods? That's even crazier. Give me a second. Hang on one sec. Sorry. All right, sorry, I just had to take care of something really quick. Cool. All right. Where were we? Those villages on the outskirts of the Grand Knight territory were established over the last few years in conjunction with the Karolelki Alliance. There shouldn't be anyone out there except a bunch of ordinary farmers. I doubt the bounty hunters have a foothold out there, so we must have had some other purpose. He entrusted me with a single task, concerning Kashmir, this country, the infected, and all of us. Why didn't you tell me then? Honestly, I'm not sure why myself. It's been on my mind this whole time. Thought I'd tell everybody about it once I sorted things through my own head. Are you mad at me? Then just come out with it. Isn't that what you once said to me? Ha! You don't even know how fidgety Grey Nutty has been the last few days. I kept having to tell her everything's fine. Psh, no one here asked you to carry everything on your own, Sona. They're all so cute together. Sorry. So, what's eating you up? If what we're going to do next is at odds with the purpose we had when establishing Pinus Sylvestris, what would you do then? What does that mean? If we're no longer just fighting against the corrupt knights, against the KGCC, no longer solely fighting for the benefit of the infected. We have to tolerate the discrimination against the infected, join hands with former enemies, choose our fights carefully. If we have to completely change ourselves, if we have to indefinitely set aside the peaceful lives just in front of our eyes and leap into the fire again, what would you do? What's with all these questions out of the blue? I'm not good at the philosophical stuff. What's the difference? How would you answer your own questions? As an infected, as a knight, I believe that we should strive to do more, although right now I don't know. But as Sona, this isn't how I want to leave you all. Still, I'd rather that than force you down a path you never intended to take. And beyond that, nobody even knows where this path will lead. Sona. I've seen you lost in thought a whole bunch recently, and it's made all of us uneasy, but I hope you understand one thing. Pinus Sylvestris may be the name of a nightclub, but we all know that even if we're knights, we also aren't really knights. Whether you're coming to us as a knight, as an infected, as a Zalak, or even as just regular old Sona, you can always talk to us. Ashley, she's blushing. And you'll get the same answer every time. We're not splitting up. To be honest, after everything we've been through, I don't think there are any infected in the nightclub who'd strictly identify as knights. Of course, those who want to leave and pursue an ordinary lifestyle will help them as well. But that lifestyle isn't for us, not the four of us. That's right. If we were as mercenary as those guys, I would have waited all those years for nothing. What are you waiting for? For a storm so I can become the lightning. If you like lightning that much, you should just paint your armor gold. Whoa, great idea. Now that you've all made your feelings clear, let's focus on the issue in front of us. Let's get the infected over to Rhodes Island. No rest till everyone's on board. We're going to set sail soon. Cute. Flametail, not everyone's made it for the roll call. They must have been captured by patrolling knights. Huh? Didn't they make everyone legal? Why are the knights still arresting people? I don't know. They said they're not releasing anyone without a ransom. Corrupt nobles in need of some discipline. Sona. She's allowed to say that because she was one. I know. Tell the others to keep to the plan and report to Rhodes Island. We need to act fast. All right. What about you? We're going to do what we've always done. Amia. Hibiscus, all these people. I knew what was coming, but actually seeing this many at once makes me wonder if we actually have the capacity. It'll be fine. Doctor got some help from Mr. Malkowitz. Malkowitz! Oh, right, Amia. I heard we were planning to open a new office in the Grand Knight territory. Ah, yes. With how many infected knights there are, we can't keep them all on Rhodes Island forever. Plus, there are still those infected who we can't take care of, who still need a way out. When the time is right, Pinus Sylvestris will help us establish an office. A office. Amia, I thought your grammar was better than that. How nice. They'll even get to see their homes again. Was this the Flametail Knight's idea? Not entirely. The doctor also pitched in. Oh, I really wanted to meet Flametail Knight. I heard she's done so many amazing things. Amia, do you know why she isn't here yet? Now that you mention it, she was supposed to be here by now. All right, I got a question. These are whole ass stories. Why weren't these in the fucking game? Bro. Why weren't these in the game? Yeah, Hibiscus, it's time to go. Also, my throat is like dying. They were? No, they aren't. Oh, okay. Shining, have you seen those knights from Pinus Sylvestris? From what the infected knights told me, they stayed behind to help some infected who were being harassed by knight nobles and were unable to catch up with the rest of them. Then we need to go back them up. Until we leave this country's border, Cashmere's will continue to keep a close eye on us. Even now, dozens of campaign knights are waiting for our foreign enterprise to leave the Grand Knight territory, but... Sorry, I let my emotions get the better of me and I got into a fight with that knight noble. Don't worry about that now. Even if you hadn't overreacted, they would have found some excuse to torment you. Just grit your teeth and run. Sona, we got company, not the knight nobles. It's the Armless Union. They're tailing us from both sides up on the roofs. Ah, perfect. I was just about to feel guilty for not leaving them a parting gift. That makes two of us. No, we have to keep moving to get to Rose Island as soon as we can. We mustn't cause trouble for them. Zona. Radiant Knight. Margaret? Neural? A pillar of light? That must be Neural, right? Yes, no doubt about it. None at all. Shining? Ah, look at that red-tailed Zalek running towards us. Is that the Pinus Sylvestris nightclub? Huh? Isn't the boarding ramp on this side, though? What? Is she gonna jump? She's jumping? Sorry, I'm late. Miss Amiya. Gangway. We're jumping. Wait, what? Are they actually going to... We're actually doing this? Whoa, I feel like a real hero's entrance right out of a novel. Ha, piece of cake. I wouldn't have brought my shield with me if I knew this was going to happen. Sorry for just dropping in unannounced. Cute. The gang's all here. Ah, it's fine. Look at Amiya. Long time no see, little knight. Heh, it wasn't that long ago. Sona, in the flesh. How have you been, Amiya? Should we get everyone introduced? That's cute. What the hell? Evil music plays as Sharni appears. Oh my god. Good morning, Mr. Sharni. Why the formal wear today? Are you finally heading back to the city? A very distinguished guest will be paying me a visit today. I've waited a long, long time for him. Oh, what kind of guest? Is he also from the city? He's a former colleague. I see. I won't bother you anymore then. Just make sure to fetch water before the sun goes down. I will. Is it Malkowitz? I'm also very curious what he's like now. The last time we met, he was still a helpless little pen pusher, so wishy-washy that he couldn't even speak up for himself. Didn't even have a single decent suit, but now, you've changed so much, Malkowitz. I knew it! I knew it! Loverboy, welcome in. Thanks so much for the follow. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. What's up? What's up? Mr. Sharni, come in. I know you must have a lot of questions. Malkowitz. Music's a little louder. What, are you surprised that my house is so run down? The thing that surprises me more is how well you seem to have adapted to this life. I'm sure that one day the number of people in high positions solely because of their birth will become fewer and fewer. Just look at your tone of voice now, Malkowitz. You're more qualified for your job than I ever could have imagined. Congratulations. Before I found work in the Grand Knight territory, I was just the son of a winery worker. That's quite different from what was on the resume you left in the office. What's up, Loverboy? How you doing? Hello. Oh, you even did your homework on me. See, Malkowitz, I have a good eye for talent. That's crazy, especially when he's hitting the frickin' smirk. You are in peril and you are powerless within the KGCC, but you still managed to track me down and find my home. Even after I completely changed my identity, you found me, Malkowitz. I can hardly recognize you anymore. If you're going to be uncomfortable, at least try not to show it. It's bad for negotiations. I'm a branded criminal and well, the fact that you've come before me today without a completely new face means that you've risen through the ranks since the end of the major. Come, let us toast to your promotion. Get a little bit of air here, but damn, bro. Everyone, all of the like former employees of some of these fucking companies or, organizations in Kashmir's being like, damn, I should have changed my face and stuff. It's because they know what happens. Because they know what happens if you don't. New identities and shit. Mr. Sharni, your exile was unjust. Oh, you didn't come here just to tell me that. The fact that you know the truth about how I was treated means that the people who told you this truth wanted something from you. If I was in their position, I surely would have wanted Sharni dead. I'm not doing that. Why? That goes against my principles. Principles, Do you not realize the person standing before me, speaking so confidently of principles, was a pauper who couldn't even put food on the table just a few months ago? Face it, Malkowitz, you've already embraced the society. Sooner or later, you'll join its chosen. Quite a nice aroma to these 2 cups of wine. That is kind of what I was worried about, was that he'd succumb. But I don't think you should have to lose your life. Platinum of the Armless Union was just as naive and as innocent as you, which is why I have my life, of course. I think she only spared me out of convenience. My family chose not to accompany me to this little village, instead continuing their comfortable lives in the Grand Knight territory. They divided up my assets, the Radiant Knight became the champion, and Shawnee became a criminal. An infected knight can never break the shackles of the public perception. The infected can never break the shackles of public perception. It proves I had never misjudged Cashmere's. It is what it is. Come, Malkowitz. This bottle of brandy was given to me by a former employee who I had promoted. He secretly sent someone to deliver this to me after learning that I was still alive. Despite that, though, he still looted my ill-gotten bribes. I had to pretend not to see that the necklace he was wearing came from my collection. Damn. And this glass is poisoned, but don't worry, I only slipped in the drug. As long as you don't drink it, nothing bad will happen. What? What's the meaning of this? Help yourself to a glass. I'll take the other one. Oh, this is ridiculous. I'll be taking my leave. Oh, of course you can leave, Malkowitz, but the end results will be the same. Oh, and don't try to throw out the wine either. Wine is very precious, but poison is plentiful. Why are you forcing me to do this? I don't understand. We only just met by chance during the major. Why? Malkowitz, have you really not figured it out just yet? Cheers, Malkowitz, to your continued ascendance, and to my retirement. Cheers. Bro. Are you Mr. Sharney's guest? Why are you here alone? What happened to him? What does Mr. Sharney usually do around here? That's a story to be shared over dinner. The folks from the city sure know their stuff. Most of the time, he's helping the other villagers plan their business or teaching the kids how to read and write. What's wrong? Your face is all red. Did something I say offend you? No, it's nothing. Oh, you headed back then. Sorry to bother you. I won't give in. I won't become what you said, Mr. Sharney. I'll fight to the bitter end. I swear it. Malkowitz! Malkowitz! Rip Sharney, bro. Tough. This music still. All right, we got a long road. Got a long road we got to zip through, and then we might get one fucking obscure wanderer story in. Maybe. Maybe. Just maybe. All right. Candlelight. As I am now, I don't think I have the patience to sit down and read a book. Margaret. Viviana, when did it happen? I don't know. If I had to say, though, it would probably be the moment I charged into the major without stealing my resolve. You're welcome to stay. I thought about it before. After all, the Grand Knight territory still has a knight like you. But this is also the choice I've made. Oh, is this her going to Lithanian? Not for Yuri. Choice. You know, when I decided to draw my sword so that you and the Blood Knights could go on that fantastic adventure, I was actually very excited. Don't go all quiet on me. It's making me embarrassed. It's not the kind of experience you get to have every day. Fighting for others, for a great ideal, for something that seems unattainable. Maybe after leaving Lithanian, I never really lived as a knight. Yeah. You're going to Lithanian. You aren't staying after all. If you leave, it'll be playing right into their hands. Let me put this another way, Margaret. Don't let me stay. Beg me to come back. I'll come back for sure. Whoa! But for now, I'll follow the Nova Nightclub's arrangements and stay for a while in a remote city. It'll be a fresh and exciting adventure. What about the other knights, your friends? A few that you have. Aren't they all here already? I'm honored. She blushing! She blushing! Yuri! Yuri! They hid the Yuri from us, guys! I'll never forgive them. At least let me see you off. Sure, having the champion see me off would be a great honor of my own. Oh, right, I forgot about this book when I was packing up. You can have it, though, so that works out nicely. A poetry anthology, Twin Moons and Marigold. Oh, that one. I'm not familiar with Lithanian's literary scene. The wonderful thing about symbolism and metaphors is that you're not forced to come up with a single concrete answer, just like the Radiant Knight and her deeds. My ride's on the way. Do you see it? Yes. Wonder if the Grand Knight territory will be different the next time I'm back. You know as well as I that this country won't change so easily. But at least, I want knights to be called knights once more. Good. Remember your progress, Margaret. I can't do it. Sorry to keep you waiting. Esteemed Candlelight, whenever you're ready. It's that guy. Oh, what a surprise. Good to see you as well, esteemed Radiant Knight. Hello. We leaving right now? Yes, you'll be the last passenger. The catastrophe messenger is also ready. All right, I hope it's a lovely city. Until next time. See you again, Viviana. Aw. She's gone. You're still not coming out? Whoa! Who is it? McKay! If I remember correctly, you're General Chamber of Commerce spokesman McKay, but now that the major's over, I won't have that title for much longer. Maybe it's time for you to take a stand. The affairs of Madame Drost and the Nova nightclub have always been my responsibility. I was just carrying out my last assignment, but by the looks of things, I was too late. What a shame. You, I see. The way Madame Drost was mistreated has everything to do with you. Radiant Knights, we are now enemies given what you did at the Major. Stab him in the neck. Fuck this guy. That's not quite accurate, spokesman. It's just that we're committed to our own beliefs and fight for our own ideals and justice. That is, assuming the General Chamber still has ideals and isn't just relying on others to line their pockets. Hell yeah. Didn't expect you to be this sharp-witted. I'm just stating facts. Alright then. So this is where the Candle Knight is going to live. Not a bad place at all. But I'd write her a couple letters if I were you. She might not be as strong as you'd think. Aww. City of Saplings and Artisans, Ognisko. Oh, right. What business do you have over there? What business, huh? Maybe I want to try my hand at poetry. The name of the city is pretty poetic, isn't it? A bumpkin like me wouldn't dare prattle on in front of someone like you. You're too modest. You going to look forward to the next chapter in your life? Maybe it really might make for a nice poem. Aw. Nightmare Knight! You're still around. Bro still cogging questing? What do you want, Pegasus? You! I'm not sure if the knights still remember this, as it isn't something taught in the history books. The so-called Kagan Quest. The true name of the ceremony is the Kagan Quest that crosses the heavens. She spoke the language? Oh my god. What do you know? When Knights Mora warriors came of age, they would head to a trial site of their choosing under the watchful eyes of the family and tribe leader. The ancient race's traditions always believed self-reflection to be the ultimate test. Confidence or arrogance, caution or cowardice, all would come to light. Not all Knights Mora tribes had this tradition, though. Only a few examples of similar rituals can be found in historical texts. But there is but one exception. One single person spent an entire lifetime completing that Kagan quest, and that person has entered history. Tola, we assumed your grandfather to be deceased, but not only did he survive, he also continued the Knights Mora bloodline. Pegasus, you! Anger, your birthplace is hundreds upon thousands of leagues from the Grand Knight territory. Did you come all this way to become a knight, rampaging your way through the arena just to vent this anger? And yet I still not dare raise my blade against you, pathetic! Who the hell are you? Just an old, feeble campaign knight. Put your blade down, young Knights Mora. I wasn't done with my story. That man who did not complete his Kagan quest until he reached death's door began his journey in the once lush grasslands of eastern Ursus. He stood in the middle of the vast prairies, looking out across the wide land, and made a promise to his tribe and to his brothers and sisters. His Kagan quest would cross the kingdoms of the Hippogriffs and the Pegasi. Hippogriffs! And he would topple the exalted throne of the Gaulish Emperor, tear down Lithanian's 1,000 spires. Gaulish Emperor, that's how you know it's old, damn. In the final 10 years of his life, he did indeed complete his Kagan quest. As promised, the great Kagan flayed the entire world, burned away the previous epoch, and set his sights on the border of human civilization. Your ancestors accomplished great things, Tola, and you are a part of the Kagan genealogy, the last descendant living right before our eyes. Ha! The Keshig's greatest accomplishment was pulling the pedantic wise men like the Pegasi from their thrones. But look at you. Even as they look down on us from high, what have the Pegasi done but watch as those pathetic gestures tore down the era of knights? Take a good look at yourself. What about you resembles a knight? What is that slender ceremonial toothpick at your waist going to block? The Genghis Khan of Arknights. That's what I'm saying. That's what I called him. That's what I said. In Cashmere's, I need not draw my blade on anyone. Nice joke. Man, remember when we found out that he actually has a crush on the Radiant Knight? Oh, the grandpa. Oh, I see. Like, actually. Also, we were not watching idly. We simply did not have the ability to turn back time. Ugh. I'm not interested in fossils who've lost their will to fight. Out of my way. But where is this place you plan to begin your trials? That's not for you to know, Pegasus. I feel like I can read these a lot faster if I did just kind of lock in and just do. That's what he said. What? Which part? Nice joke. Logowide told me everything, Knightsmora. I've watched your matches. Wait, did I skip this? That's not for you to know, Pegasus. But you no longer have a leader to answer to or a family to return to. You have no plans to come back. Logowide told me everything, Knightsmora. I've watched your matches. I can't stop you from leaving. What? After you've completed your journey, if you still wish to return to Kazimirs, you can become a great knight and step onto the battlefield honorably. People of your kind are rare, and you are an exceptionally rare talent bearing the Kagan's blood. Though that bloodline no longer runs thick, I do believe you'll always be an excellent warrior. You deserve a chance to experience true, glorious combat. So arrogant. You and all the knights I've seen the entire way across Kazimirs have all been the same. Arrogant. Fighting for you, fighting for this eyesore of a country is supposed to be glorious. I simply do not wish to see such a promising sapling seek out its own death. Ha! My choices are mine alone, Pegasus. Leave. Get out of my way. Leaving this city is only the beginning of my journey. Nightmare Knight's still kicking then. What? Knight, what are you here? The elder never told us we get a grand knight to visit. I bought a plot of land nearby. Oh, you must be the knight who bought old Jackie's plot. Pleasure to meet you. Please forgive me if I guess wrong, but judging by your dusky red armor and your sturdy posture, your title, what was their title again? I'm not a knight anymore. Then if you could be so bold, might you be Diciopolis, the Blood Knight? I was once called that. My God, you really are. All of us are huge fans. Why did you retire all of a sudden? You and the Radiant Knight. If you're out here, you must be in some money trouble, right? I mean, just asking. No, what am I even saying? I'm so sorry. You're the great champion. Of course you'd have more money than us. Come, I'll show you around. Yes, all right. Look right here. It's the biggest shop in the village. The old master's not doing so great these days, and now his daughter's taken over. It's you! Oh, and who might this knight be? We were just talking about him too. Crazy coincidence, isn't it? He's the one who bought that plot. Take a guess at who he is. No, right now it's the Blood Knight, the champion, the Blood Knight, Diciopolis. The champion is really him? The Blood Knight's coming to stay with us. The Blood Knight in the flesh? Yes. A third Carol has hit the towers. Oh my God. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just let myself get carried away. They're here. If there's anything you ever need, just let me know. I'll get it for you. Don't worry about the rest. I mean it. No need to be shy. In that case, which crops do you have here? Bro's playing Stardew Valley? Bro retired from knighthood just to start playing IRL Stardew Valley? That's crazy. Crops, you say? Normally we purchase all the seeds we need for the village in bulk, but if you have any special requests, I'll arrange it for you. Just out of curiosity, do olive trees grow here? Olive trees, the kind from Minos? Hold on, maybe the village elder will know. Bro's going back to Greece, or wants to go back to Greece. Don't worry, it's not urgent. Just let me know when you find out. It's no problem at all. I'll be right back. Oh my, where are my manners? Am I being a bother? Hey, give him some space. He must be tired after coming all the way here from the city. Over here, sir. I'll walk you back. One moment. If you recognize me, then you also should know that I'm an infected. Oh, yes, right. You are an infected knight. You're not afraid of erypathy? Of course we are, but what of it? Then you should keep your distance from me. Oh, that's what you meant. Right, you are an infected after all. I'm sorry, I was way too excited. But still, don't you need people to help you out every now and then? See, farming isn't something you can just jump right into. You don't have any prior experience, right? There are a few students in the village. When I head back, I'll ask them if they know if you can grow grow olives here. Oh, that's right, about the erypathy. Can they trade erypathy in the city? Not effectively. That's why I chose the plot of land farthest from the village. If you don't have any particular business with me, it's better to stay away. It's very dangerous. They don't know anything. Terra have avocados. I sure hope so, bro. What's the Terra equivalent of Mexico? Somewhere in Bolivar? Then do you think I can get an autograph first? What's your name? Me. Ugh, I forgot to introduce myself. They all just call me the old dentist. You can call me that too if you like. The old dentist? Oh my God, it's Hermie from Rudolph. Hermie. Sure. If there's anything I need help with, I'll be sure to ask, but at least right now I need to... Sir, go home first. Need to change of clothes too. Can't always be walking around in a full suit of armor. Why don't you head back home for now? Right, I should do that. Well, I won't keep you any longer, sir. See ya. Ooh, I really need to hurry back. Grab a change of clothes. Wow, I never expected to actually meet the Blood Knight in person. I can still hardly believe it. But now that I think about it, when did he announce his retirement? And he even chose to come to a place as far out in the sticks. I wonder if there's some other reason he can't talk about. Another visitor? Since when is our sleepy little village so lively? Maybe living in the big city really isn't all it's chalked up to be, huh? Hello there, where are you from? The road ends up ahead. Come this way. Ah! This son of a bitch. Good day to you, mister. Years later, Northern Ursa's border of civilization. So this leads right to the Farewell Roy. What's with the Ursa stuff? Why are we still out on patrol on such a cold day? Stop your whining. There's not so much as a village around these parts. Only a Sammy Observatory a bit. Sammy Observatory? A bit further off. Well, it actually belongs to a Colombian. That's strange. Is that the one? Is that the one that Magellan works at? That's strange. I heard, but this is only a rumor yesterday that a Sammy priest of some sort was in a real hurry to see the boss. Sammy priest? Oh, you must be talking about those snow priests. Why are those terrible things crossing the border all of a sudden? Yeah. Hell if I know. Well, above our pay grade. Well above our pay grade. Not something we need to know. Just keep your head down and your eyes fixed on the endless snow in front of you. Each and every day till your eyes hurt. Fair enough. Wait, slow down. Up ahead, you seeing that over there? Is that a horn? Looks like it's been left here a while too. I don't see any wheel markings or footsteps. What do we do? Let's head back and report it to the boss. There shouldn't be any man-made objects around here. Can you tell what this horn might have been used for? Doesn't look to be anything Sammy, at least. Seems pretty old and worn out. Don't blow the mysterious horn. What's up, Toad? Welcome in. How you doing? You hear that, or am I just imagining things? Probably just imagining things. Anyway, let's get in touch with the team first. Still got a working connection. 7th Expedition Team. 7th Expedition Team. We've discovered a horn of some sort. Yeah, no other markings nearby. Hold on, it's that sound again. Expedition Team. We found something else nearby. We'll contact you again in 10 minutes. Look over there. Since when was there a forest that way? Quick, hand me the spyglass. According to the 7th Expedition Team's intel, 2 Ursus patrols found an army at the far northern border. Huh? And then they followed the trail of the army. They reportedly heard of the sounds of war drums and clashing weapons, but could not find any traces of people. The only things left behind were an abandoned horn, nothing else. The Sammy individual denied doing anything. The Colombian Observatory only further corroborated this denial. The snowy lands were shining peacefully as far as the eye could see. There was only a single row of footprints gradually disappearing into the thick snow, extending past the far north, beyond the border of civilization. Goodbye, Kagan Quest. See you in Enfield. Maybe. Imagine. All right. I turned off the music. Why is it still... What's out of there? Lunar, sleepy. Okay. 3 hours later. 3 hours later. Okay. We got to do at least one fucking... Obscure Wanderer. March willingly to hunt demons. Yeah, bro doesn't know what's out there. He probably took him down, though. Oh, no, he shows up in IS-4. I forgot he showed up in IS-4. Oh, man. Need some IS-4 lore. Perhaps the things of old that seem overly wonderful can no longer exist, much like the last rays of a sunset. With the dust crossing his back, Minar searches for a way out. I'm out of these fucking things. How many are there? Whoa, who's that guy? Flametail? Proviso? Any more mixtapes? Probably like 6 or 7. All right. First one. Hermit Abode. How long are these, by the way? Do we know? I need to think of a voice for Proviso. All right, Hermit Abode, Minar. Get more Minar voice acting. Man has forgotten true struggle. Holy crap, this really do be an obscure wanderer background. Far in the past, before the story of a night's breaking of the tides was written into a novel, the deafening sounds of cannon fire and reverberating bowstrings could often be heard in the breeze blowing through the forests. In those days, the masses firmly believed that they were trapped in darkness. They cast the weight of life and death upon the earth, spilling blood as the price of both survival and remonstrance. Now, as the late autumn sun beams gently down on the open plains, the farmer strikes his hammer rhythmically to repair his roof before the oncoming rainstorm. In a graveyard at the foot of the mountain, a small group of men swing their iron tools, shoveling away dirt by the scoopful. As a chorus of sobs ring out in the background, they bury their withered crops into the earth. Armin. November 27th, 3:20 p.m. Countryside, Southern Cashmeres. So, you're wandering the land all by yourself, sir? No servants, no followers, not even a sword or armor? Though it doesn't seem there's anybody looking to make an enemy of you. Has he got his sword with him? I still remember how a lot of folks back in the day said you were antagonizing the most prestigious families in the country and that you'd find yourself in trouble sooner or later. He doesn't have his sword with him. He's got a newspaper, though. Don't those very same people accept emergency supplies that could get themselves in trouble? I've long since left the arena where those with influence scheme against one another. No longer am I worthy of their precious attention. God, my throat is dying. Right, I suppose you wouldn't be surprised. Just like when I fled these foreign lands all those years ago, I thought the king would be after me with his arts forever. But as you can see, this old school teacher has lived peacefully for some 20-odd years in a small hut that can't so much as withstand the rain. You say you're from Lythanian. The Witch King's spire is long fallen. Why stay? I've been in hiding for too long now. I no longer have any desire to go back. It took a long time for the news to reach this remote village, and by then I'd already found myself accustomed to tending to the farms and only having to worry about keeping myself fed. Besides, I cut off my antlers to disguise myself. Gotten used to living like a Karanta. Say my family's still alive in Lythania. Would they even recognize me? Damn, we got Sarkaz cutting off their horns. We got what's the deer race? Cabernet cutting off their horns. Insane. But you consider yourself a Lythanian nonetheless. I'm just a poor fellow who can't put his old life behind him, sir. The zealot in me passed away long ago, and a man who's lived in hiding for so long doesn't much care for who he really is. I suppose you're here to revisit the place. I have a little to give, but if you'd accept a hot cup of tea, it would be my pleasure. No need. Very well, sir. It's only that I still remember your kindness all those years ago, old as I may now be. When everyone else was exchanging pleasantries in their Cashmeresian dialects, you saw through my ruse. Yet instead of exposing me, you allowed me to remain in the caravan of refugees. Damn. Talk about an obscure wanderer, am I right? Seems you don't remember. You don't remember a thing I just said, but you weren't the least bit surprised when I recognized you. You must have rescued so many others like me. That's nice of him. It was too long ago. His sprite looks a little different. It looks a little bit more like kind of rounded. Like softer. I feel like he looked sharp before. Like angry. Are you writing a notice? You mean this here? Yes, it's a safety notice. A knight came to our village just yesterday. Supposedly a group of bandits have moved into the area. There's even been attacks in Zwanik. But anyone with half a brain knows that even if there were bandits, no one would go out of their way to protect a small village like ours, so far from the nomadic city's path. Which is why the campaign knight's solemn reminder left me very frightened. Sir, even if no one wants to do you harm right this moment, I suggest bringing a weapon with you. That's what the campaign knights told you? So you haven't heard? Come to think of it, though, it is strange. These past few years, the knights have started to worry about the lives and deaths of our commoners. Take the few families that moved into the village 2 years ago. The knights rescued them when a catastrophe struck the next town over. That's not what I find strange. It's what he should have done in the first place. Yeah, I think he did get a handful of different sprites when he became playable here. Which makes sense. It wouldn't be the first time they did that. Collins! Well, you certainly gave us a fright, Shishbor. If you hadn't taken your helmet off in time, the villagers might have just drawn their bows at you. What is this geeky smile? What? Where did this come from? If heaven forbid an esteemed campaign knight such as yourself were to get hurt, my rap sheet may be long enough as it is, but the bounty on my head still has room to grow. Look at he's cheesing. He's cheesing. Whoa! Shishbor? Shishabor? That's your name? Shishabor? Shabor? I gotta look up how to pronounce this one. Shishabor is my first guess. Oh, there's like a historical meaning? How to pronounce Shishbor? It's Shibor? Can I hear it, please?
Shibor.
Did you hear that?
Shibor.
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 Shibor. Different guy than Liam. Yeah. Shibor. 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 What's our take on Shibor? Shibor Twink? Is Shibor designated Twink of this group? I think he is. Yes, Twink. Designated Twink must suffer Twink obliteration. Insider level. Really? Insider? I don't remember the voice I gave Insider. Oh, I do remember the voice I gave him Insider. If Micah's here, Micah, do you remember? Micah, Federico. Do you remember the voice I gave Insider? Because I just remembered it. It was starts every sentence with an uppercase letter. Was basically the voice. Isn't that normal? Uppercase? Is that how I talk? That's how I did it for Insider though. I don't know. I want to give this guy Twink voice. I feel like Twink voice is more appropriate. Whipping out the full government name, Federico, Felix, Micah. Twink voice was my first impression. I haven't used it in a while. Another no, not Deku voice. The Twink voice is the one I gave to like Elysium, and funny enough, Executor, because I didn't get, and I made Enforcer British because since Executor already had that voice. Make it European. I don't even know what that means. It was like villagers, huh? Would have been better if it was a little bit of a longer line. Good thing you remembered my face. He is Twink. He's hot. What the hell? Or at least most of you do. There are many of your old pals among the living. Plenty of new blood, though. Now, that's no reason for a long face for the likes of us. So how can I help? For you to come to such a small backwater village on patrol, I suppose it can't be because you're bored at work. After all, I hear this area hasn't been very peaceful of late. The campaign knights have been busy maintain order outside the city. Maintaining order outside the cities. I even heard that a couple of folks are being investigated by you. It's like his little like raised eyebrow and raised lip here. That's exactly why I came here, Tolland. If you're the leader of the bounty hunters here, that makes this simpler. I'm sure you know, but I have rules to follow first. Ah, so you're not only following rules. That's rare. Should we have a more private chat then? The last time we met, old Miner wanted to see you. Too bad. We were in a hurry to evacuate, and you were in a hurry to follow your rules and head back for debriefing. He ended up dying on his sickbed 2 years ago. Take a look down there. You can see the industrial district on the other side of the river valley. You couldn't have picked a better spot for your stronghold. Oh, it looks like a big corporation. What about it? Look at he's cheesing again. His smiles are hilarious. There used to be the Palaniscos estate. Feeling nostalgic? A little. But I digress. I don't know how hostile you hunters are towards me, but I prefer not to make things too difficult for you. No need to worry. Most of the folks here aren't our old buddies, but at the very least, they aren't so rash that they'd attack a fully armored campaign knight. Captain. Campaign knight captain. Welcome back, baby girl. How's it going? I believe so many people use that today. No, that's not what I'm worried about. Wait, did I ever tell you about my promotion? It was like the oh, what's that? What's that? What's the line? I feel like it's from a Harry Potter movie. It was like the wait I never told you, or it was like wait I never said blank. When the villain exposes themselves. Why so surprised? I'll give you that you campaign knights can be awfully cloak and dagger with your info, but you've been their leader for years now. How could we really be called hunters if we can't get our hands on even that much intel? Say, for example, about the Black Lance who pierces the starry sky, and the knight who charges towards catastrophes. Fine. There's nothing I can do about your intel. Besides, it's hardly honorable to hunt down whoever betrayed us. You already know my combat prowess is nothing to write home about, and the few achievements I have to my name are barely worth mentioning. And I knew you'd say that too. What do I do with you? Make out? I don't know. So the recent attacks, did you really catch wind of something, or did the higher-ups only send you here for show? It's not often that a campaign knight gets transferred to the boondocks for something that happened in the cities. I love how he stands armed cross all the time, though. He is absolutely just like running every conversation that he's in. It's a power stance. Maybe it's a little of both. But I'll promise you this, Tolland, your hunters will be released safe and sound. They were taken into custody by patrolling campaign knights. There should never have been a misunderstanding like this between the two of us. Of course, you aren't the one to wrongfully accuse the innocent. I can't say we're the most upstanding men you'll find anywhere, but we really have nothing to do with this. You'll have to wait a little longer, though. I can only let them go after the investigations are over. Talon, please be payable. Tro, I'm right with you. What's up, Soren? How you been? Talon's cool. Talon's definitely on the NPC list for me. Then I trust they won't take too long. You could have just written that in a letter, you know. But you weren't. You went through the trouble of meeting us face to face. You have something else to say, don't you? Your hunter, the one-eyed Zalek. He explained what you guys are here for. And I'm guessing he didn't have the guts to lie to you. He said you got a distress message from some villagers. We may only call ourselves an NGO as a way to gather intel. Yo, Vanilla, welcome in, Raiders! Welcome in, Raiders! Vanilla, what's going on? Welcome in. How is your stream? Welcome in, welcome in. If you guys are new here, my name is Benny Worsley, pink hair Prince Boy on the internet. We are currently going through some Arknights stories per usual. How you doing? What's up, Vanilla? What's up, Mr. Riri? How's it going? Welcome in. How was your stream? What were you guys up to? Welcome. Genshin? How was the Genshin? I feel like I was talking about Genshin not too long ago. There's ice cream delivery. Let's go. Yo, what's everyone's favorite ice cream flavor? Mine's mint chocolate chip. And if you say it tastes like toothpaste, kick rocks. Because I love sitting on my couch and opening up a tub of mint chocolate chip and watching some mediocre anime on the weekends. Okay, and that's what I did as I'm still watching through the what's the name of this? What's the name of the show? It's like the Chronicles of Bahamut something. Hold on. I'm also watching Hell's Paradise. Undefeated Bahamut Chronicle. It's fine. It's not bad. It's not great, but it has really interesting, or it has really good character design, so I'm kind of digging it. And I'm a sucker for prestigious academy shows, okay? Okay, shows where the main setting is a prestigious academy, okay? I'm a sucker for it, okay? Well, I love vanilla. Hell yeah. You know what? I don't know why I didn't guess that. But awesome. I hope you had an awesome time, Vanilla, and anyone hopping in from the raid. If you guys got to do any sort of post-stream activities, whether that's lurking, kicking your feet up, relaxing, grabbing a snack, grabbing a drink, you take care of yourself. That is most important. Or in Host Club. That's been on my list for a very long time. I know that's like a classic, isn't it? Orin Host. No, I spelled it wrong. Hold on. Orin We're in high school. Wait, is there multiple? Did they reboot? Oh no, it's a live action. Okay. That has been on my list for a while. I should check it out. Is it more like it's like modern Prestigious Academy, right? I would say I typically go for more like fantasy settings, but I do fuck with like nobility and stuff, obviously. Oh, this has that style. I was gonna say it wasn't a classic when I first watched it, but it is now. I didn't know this was a live action. So many shows get live actions, and they're all generally pretty average, right? Consider checking it out. No, I know a lot of people speak quite highly of it, or at least mention it. So when I was airing, oh my god. See, I told you guys, I'm a new age weeb. I'm a COVID weeb. But I still have watched quite a lot. I think, do I still have my? I do still have my anime list here. There you go. There you go. I do keep it updated as I watch new episodes and stuff. As I watch new episodes, I do update it. So, but yeah, but no, I hope you had an awesome time playing Genshin. Thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. And get you some vanilla ice cream as a treat to unwind. Like I said, I had some mint chocolate chip ice cream. But I think I had some last night. If not last night, then the night before. I don't know. One of the nights over the weekend, I was chilling. I chill on the couch. I got a sectional. I sit in the corner. I eat some ice cream. It lasts for like half the episode because it's then and then it's like, all right, I've ate too much ice cream over the last like 10 minutes straight. And then I pause the show. I go put the ice cream back in the freezer, and then I finish the show. Yo, what's up? Our friends care about nobility. Hey, call me biased. It's true. Listen. I don't think any aspects of my design should come as a surprise. But no, I mean, I think like look at some of my favorite pieces of media, okay? In terms of video games, Fire Emblem Three Houses. Look at the setting of that game. I'm in love with the Villainess. Look at the setting of that show / game, okay? Like those two alone are so similar. Just peak. But all right, Holland, what's up, bro? We may call ourselves an NGO as a way to gather intel, but if someone wants our help and can afford it, we're more than happy to step up. And that's the honest truth. We're here to help. Our methods might not be what you call noble, though. I know you're doing the right thing. That's why I feel so guilty. Listen, Talent, I want you guys to at least postpone your operation. Don't get yourselves involved in this investigation. And you should stay away from any of the companies that look on the Zwanek City renovation project, too. Sounds like you've got something big on your plate. There's someone trying to get rid of your dissidents through you city folk. He looks like he's biting his lip at this one. Through you folks. Ha, anyway, thanks for the advice. Seeing as you went out of your way to warn me, I'll play along. You wouldn't mind if I went ahead and gave my men a heads up first, would you? Otherwise, they might just go kidnap some poor sod. Also, bro's ripped. I don't know if I've commented on this before. Look at how big his forearms are. My forearms are not that big. See that? So I have the red hair. Wait. Say that again? Oh, is that a show? Oh, is that a show? Oh. That sounds familiar. I have heard of this. I think you've told me about this, actually. Shin. I feel like you have. All right, let me add it to watch list. It's German. I like the style on the cover. Listen, like I said, like I love fantasy. I love fantasy noble designs. Okay, it's cool. Fantasy anime noble designs. Speak. I'll have to take a look at some point. The watch list grows ever longer. Alexa, stop. What the hell? Alexa, shut up. Alexa, stop. I'll unplug you. All right, now let's talk about that sword you're carrying on your waist. Considering how our old knight friend has never changed weapons all these years, there's no mistake. You met Minar, haven't you? He's got Minar's sword? Typical commoner and royalty story plot. Yeah, see that, like I eat that up. Don't even worry. I don't even care if it's typical. It's peak as far as I'm concerned. It's nothing strange if you haven't heard about the recent chaos here, sir. You came here via the Barrenlands, so you most likely haven't been to Zronic yet. If you haven't come across any messengers to buy a newspaper from, you wouldn't have heard the latest news. Carol again. Mr. Sommer, so that's where you were. I put the notice up. Ah, Eva, good work. You're not, what? I suggested the legend of the legendary heroes instead. Maybe. I'll have to look. Now we know why the guy doesn't attack when his skill is up, doesn't have a sword. I guess so. Yeah, he literally only carries around the newspaper. So wait, where does the sword come from then? How does he manifest it? Don't mention it. It's not often I get to help you out. So if I may ask, who's this gentleman you're talking to? He's an incredible knight. Oh, I see. Welcome. I noticed you've been standing there for quite some time. Are you here to check out the area? I heard a lot of knights have been buying land outside the cities for their vacation homes lately. It's starting to become a trend. We haven't had any catastrophes and there aren't any infected in the nearby villages. You could ask for a cleaner place. Or perhaps you're here representing a corporation? I saw in the morning's paper that Gale Industries has a lot of open positions. Apparently they're hiring for the new construction in Zronic. Spoiled. Tightly rolled up newspaper. Attacking is him rolling up the paper tighter. Bro, it's just like Shido Emiya rolling up the poster and using that as a weapon. Oh my god, the parallels is crazy. Anyone they think can get the job done, even the infected, gets a chance to go work in the city. Did Gale Industries sponsor a nightclub? Man, Sister's the Yapster. Oh my god. I'm great. Yeah, no, exactly. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, we mentioned her when she's come up the last couple times, which is funny. I was trying to remember initially when we had met her, and then when I was reminded it was Granny. Eva, I just remembered that I have a letter for the village chief. Could you do me another favor? Of course, no problem. You mean right now? Okay. Shh. Didn't get the hint. My apologies. The folks here have been very interested in people from the cities as of late. You'll have to forgive their manners. They came here from the path through the north. You must have seen the new factories over by the river valley. Strumikawo and Twirsta are close to the city's path, and both have sold their land. So the taxman told us. That's why so many here dream of the village catching the eyes of the large corporations, letting us sell our land and move into the cities. Absurd. Right, it's an absurd idea. I'm old. I don't expect much from life anymore. Kids like them, though, should at least be allowed to daydream. I ran from Lithanian in a hurry because I said the wrong thing and offended the wrong men. In the old days, I was a scholar who offered lip service to the nobles of the Spire. Now my hair is as hoary as it gets. And all that's on my mind is how to keep myself warm and fed. And that's more than enough to consume all my sanity. Yo, I think I got some sanity to use. Definitely in Enfield, you know? Their situation is no different from mine, but even a false dream is enough to widen their perspective when they lift up their heads and look ahead. It's not my wish to criticize anyone. And even if there were someone worthy of my criticism, they're not here. If you're here to revisit the village, though, I'm afraid it will disappoint. I'm looking for someone and merely passing through. Have you met 2 campaign knights in gold? Gold? Most of the ones who passed by in recent years were equipped with silver armor and lances. As for any exceptions, my apologies, but I can't recall. No need to trouble yourself. If you'd seen them, you'd remember. Are you searching without a lead? If you have any other clues, I could try to come up with something or at least point you in a direction. Have you had any fleets of construction vehicles pass through the area in recent years? No. Then there's no need to point me anywhere. I want to do a side-by-side of his sprites from before. Like this one. He does seem like softer now. Oh, you guys, it's not really side by side for you. Hold on. He does seem like a little softer. I feel like there's something, I don't know what it is. Is it like the hair? I feel like it's the chin. The chin looks more like rounded. His eyes obviously a little bit more open. He just seems more personable now. An obscure wanderer. Maybe they did do something with his eyes. I don't know. Whatever. I remember. He remembers. We won't forget this, you Neural family punk. You humiliated our master today, but we'll make those worthless bastards you so sympathize with pay for this 100-fold. We can certainly pass this legislation to quell public opinion, but I'm sure you know that the remote wilderness is far outside the reach of the judicature's tendrils. Without you, their voices would never even have reached the Grand Knight territory. Enough, let's stop here. The squad mates made it far enough. It doesn't matter how much you want it. Even if I keep fighting with you, Kazimier's will never be a place where we can sit down with you nobles on an equal footing. Help! Sir Knight, we met before, haven't we? Please help me. I can't die in this tent. My kid will be back tomorrow morning. I can't. That sucks. Sorry, Mina, I can't answer that. A sharp whistle can be heard, and the two conversing men each take a step back. Yo, CG! A large General Chamber of Commerce transport drives by. The whistle spray-painted logo on the container stares down at the pedestrians walking by. Damn. The transport's wheels drive over the dirt road, kicking up a trail of dust behind it, as the engine's roar is carried away by the wind into the autumn wilderness. The bladeless night falls silent. He and the iron behemoth stare at one another until it leaves him behind. You can see his tail. Then he turns around and slowly walks away, following the path he had already decided on. Besides the uneven grooves left behind by the truck's tires, the night leaves no tracks whatsoever. How obscure. Sir? Ugh, why did that Kazimierzian knight seem so disappointed? Why did he set his sword down, and why is he still willing to move forward? It's been some 20 years. Perhaps it's finally time I agreed to take Eva to see the world outside. We met by chance not this far from the factories over there. Well, that sure is worth a trip down memory lane. What was he doing there? I guess he was probably lost. After all, it's been so many years since the last time we were here. Ha! Perhaps you'd like to say that to his face. And I like Talon's new sprites too. I'll pass. And here I thought he'd head towards Ursus. After all, he left the Grand Knight territory in search of his family. But I also remember us speculating all those years ago that the northern winds and the tundra his brother wrote about in his letters were made up, right? They're talking about the Knights, Mora. Right? Right? I think so. Only the top echelon of the Adeptus Predator knows the truth of where those two respected knights actually went. Sounds like you haven't heard anything new during your years with the campaign knights. Regrettably, he's not the only one who can't get over it. I had a dream a couple nights ago. It was vague, but now I remember us all gathered together discussing where the two missing neurals went. Oh, okay, no, he was talking about Minar. Wait, what? Why Ursus, huh? Did they mention that before? Sorry, I heard like Ursus and the snow, and my mind went to Knights Mora that we were just talking about, but we've already established that. Let's just say he's here for a vacation then. It's true. We haven't heard anything for years, and Minar's not stupid. Right, did you tell him about how poor the public order has been these days? He's in the neighborhood. He might just give you a hand. Yes, I was indeed hoping he'd help out. That's why I brought his weapon to the Knights Club's craftsman for some adjustments. Right. Someone as particular about weapons as you wouldn't have been able to stand at the sight of it, huh? Even if he had no need for a sword in his job, the Neurals must know some smiths in the Grand Knight territory who could keep his weapon in decent shape. Well, they do. Remember that time we joined in on the action during the conflict with Ursus? Bernard ordered me to contact some nightclubs, right? Those who later called my Hunter's Sarkaz nightclub are are old friends in the Neural family. They used to follow Kirill and Schnitz. They also saw how daring and spirited Minar was on the battlefield. Hell, his niece is a craftsman too. She's young enough that she's got no idea what he's been up to, though. Almost threw herself into the whole mess with the Cashmere's major, even. Maria! But given his temper, do you really think he'd ask any of them for help? If you ask me, I think he probably could have. Do you still think he's got any use for his sword, though? Would he still be willing to help take care of trouble? And not out of friendship, but as a knight? Where's this coming from? Because I've got a personal feud. For 10 years, I looked up to the knight captain before me as my mentor. He never asked me about my background, nor did he care if I'd offended any nobles. For that, I respected him. All that respect evaporated the moment I took over his position and all the paperwork of the entire nightclub. That was when I saw for myself the vile corruption behind the discipline and chivalry that I tried so faithfully to execute. I'm not trying to accuse every last campaign knight in Cashmere's. It's just that my position has always been a far cry from the glorious noble knighthood I aspired to. You sure want to tell a bounty hunter that? I've got to have at least one old friend who'd listen to me vent. You know, I still want to be an honest man who follows the rules. You probably think the code of knighthood is inflexible, but at least it doesn't kill. And at the very least, it wouldn't have let Selena die like that. Damn. She's gone? When? It's been a few years now. Sorry, it's not easy for me to bring this up. Who's Selena? Oh, Bernard knows. Back then, when Selena was taken to the Grand Knight territory, I read him a letter asking for help. If she was taken to the Grand Knight territory, that must have been quite out of hand. That's why he couldn't do anything for her, and I could understand that. I know he wasn't the one who got her killed, and I won't take it out on him. But I never got a reply to that letter, which is why when we met again today, I couldn't help but bring it up. Ooh. And my letter had gotten buried under the pile of condolences for Kirill's death, and I could only blame myself for being unlucky. But he admitted to having received it and read it, yet he chose not to talk about the past or even acknowledge my hatred. When did he become the sort of man who turned away when faced with questions of right and wrong? Oh. Well then let me ask a little question. If you weren't going to ask the bounty hunters for help, you were going to drag him into your revenge plot. Were you trying to get him on your side, or is he another target? Please don't misunderstand me. You're speaking in ways that are causing misunderstanding, though. All right, we got an interesting story ahead of us, guys. Where is he going? What's he gonna find? What kind of secrets of the past are they gonna bring up? 1 of 7. That is where we're pausing today, though, unfortunately. But we got Proviso, we got Flametail and Ashlock, we got Plastic Shedgewitz, we got Toland, we got the guy who I already forgot his name, Gibor, and we got Neural. And I think we'll read Neural's files after we read this one, because I forgot that we didn't do that, and I'm tired of reading files on stream like that, to be honest. So, okay. Nicely done, nicely done. So, thank you, guys. That is where we are going to be wrapping up. I appreciate it, whether you were lurking, chatting here the whole time or you're part of the time. Thank you for the support. Just a quick reminder, if I could find where my window is so I can make my cursor a little smaller. We will be back tomorrow. We are doing some Stronghold Protocol. So I need to do all of the Stronghold Protocol in. So please, please, please come and help me out. So looking forward to the Gorilla Cashmere's epilogue. Yeah, definitely threw me for a little bit of a loop, but I appreciate it because those were good stories. I'm disappointed that they weren't in the game though. But yes, we got MomoCon this week as well, so it'll be the only stream, the only streams today and tomorrow. But we still got fun stuff, so don't worry. 300 daily bonus. Oh, I'm screwed. I'm screwed then. Whatever. Maybe I'll do it on my trip. Maybe I'll do it at the airport. Maybe I'll ping you guys while I'm at the airport and have people help me out. My flights are Thursday and Monday, so. But I gotta give some extra special thank yous. Baby Girl and Bluey, thank you for the resubs. I appreciate it. Vodka, thank you for the resub. And then Vanilla, thank you again for the raid. If you or anyone from your community are still here, thank you for supporting them. Thank you for supporting me as well. We're gonna be closing out and hopping into a raid on our end, so I do ask, don't go anywhere. Even if you're able to stick around with the stream, if you guys hop on the raid to show them support, I'd appreciate it and know that they'll appreciate it as well. We gotta see who is live and who is doing things this evening. But I feel like Antisocial just been doing this solo. Oh, you can do it solo? Okay, well, that's pretty nice then. At the very least, it means leaks or leaks. Ah. I'll have to check. I literally haven't even opened it up. So it's shame on me, honestly, because I really liked Stronghold when we first, or when it first came out, when we first did it. So it's unfortunate. That's how it goes, right? Hashtag you, Benny, rated if you're sub, throw your favorite Benny emote in there. And if you're not sub, no worries, throw your favorite emote in there and make it look cool, make it look fun. Who is live this evening? We got, oh, Ace is playing Melty Blood. I love Melty Blood. I started getting it. I probably would do solo too. I'm not crazy. Let's see. I mean, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see how the co-op goes. Let's rate Ace. Ace is super cool, super fun. I love Melty Blood fighting game. Ace Man fighting pilot extraordinaire. Playing Melty Blood. You guys, as always, even if you're unable to stick around for the stream, if you guys hop on the Rage support, I'd appreciate it. I know they'll appreciate it as well. I hope you have an awesome rest of your night. I hope to see you guys tomorrow for some Stronghold Protocol. But as always, I'm your Prince. Don't you forget, I'll see you tomorrow for more Arknight. Have a good night, guys. Bye. See you. Goodbye. Goodbye. See you. Goodbye. 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 See you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Bye. See you guys. Goodbye.